Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Dinner and a Game. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Tonight is a very special night for all of us because we got a lot of things going on. First and foremost, tonight, in just a few seconds, you'll be seeing the debut and launch of... I've never done this before. Okay, never mind. Sometime soon, you will see the launch of our new Patreon. Unfortunately, I thought that it was already ready to go, but Patreon has said it's under review. So, it will be launching, yes, I know, it's great. It'll be launching soon, but not right now. So, we will put the link in here, www.patreon.com/dinner and game. Now I know that is a link that works. But it's not working yet because Patreon went through all these steps, told me everything was ready to go, and said all I had to do is hit the launch button, and I hit the launch button, and they're telling me we're under review. Yeah, nope, no one broke it. It is not really broken. It is just sitting there waiting for Patreon people to say okay. So, tonight we launched Patreon because we are getting ready to start pushing things up to the next level, and we really want to get things going. We have a lot of stuff we need to get for a lot of our people out there. Luckily enough, Josh has gotten a new set of new headphones, new audio. It's really going well. Kessie's got new headphones, so she's getting set up. Thanks to one of our incredible patrons, Evan has a new chair. Thank you so much, Captain Caffeine. That was amazing.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yep. And
no more squeaking.
Yeah, I put it together yesterday. It was.
I know. Evan was sending us pictures, going, "Look, I'm putting my chair together." And then the next day, we're like, "Look, Josh came over and put my chair together."
He got the base. No. He got the base done. I was very proud of him. And to his credit, it was kind of a two-man job once you had to assemble the actual armrests and back, because it wasn't. It didn't have snap-in spots. You just had to hold it in place and then screw everything together. So, he was
all about that bass, but the rest gave him treble.
Oh,
can't.
Nope.
Oh,
I knew where that was going.
That one
and
hurt.
that one left a taste.
That was bad.
That was yeah.
So bad.
Ooh.
I'm gonna detract from that horribleness to once again thank Captain Caffeine for his very generous.
Also,
it's a beautiful chair. I can't wait for it to be on camera.
Josh, my mom came in here because I guess she heard kind of what we were talking about, and she would like it to be known that she is also partially your sugar mama because she bought you the chair.
I got so many sugar mamas.
And one glucose guardian.
If I had been a smart boy, I wouldn't have bought dinner, because my girlfriend texted me and was like, "Have you eaten yet? Because I want to buy you dinner." And I was like, "God damn it! I spent money on it."
Wait to go.
Wait a minute. Oh, Evan's watching. He said he got someone a nice gift. And he's sitting in his new chair right now, enjoying it. Captain Caffeine, thank you so much. All right, so let's get down to business, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? So tonight we are playing Firefly. And as those of you who watched last episode know, the crew is in a precarious position. After making it away from the Reaver ship, after Harry saved the captain's life as he was pierced by shrapnel from his daring plan to literally eject their damaged shuttle out of the cargo hold where it had crash landed with one of their crybabies inside of it, in order to get the ship's missile locked onto the shuttle instead of their ship. Hang on one second.
It was very convoluted, and I stand by my decision.
But it was a good decision in the end, because the incredibly cockamamie plan completely worked. The ship managed to jettison out of the cargo bay at the last possible second in order to intercept the missile that was coming streaking for their ship, and the missile impacted with the shuttle, blowing the shuttle to pieces. And the Reaver ship was following so closely behind their ship that it was completely caught in the debris field, damaged, and stopped being able to pursue them. At which time, the Borealis turned and burned and got the hell out of Dodge. As they were running, they discovered, the captain went up and sat with his completely doped up brother, Hank, who had been accidentally given a slightly higher dose than necessary of ketamine, but it was a very stressful situation.
I said I was sorry, okay?
It was a very stressful
slightly
situation.
higher dose, more than necessary, is literally any and all ketamine that was injected into my body.
But he had pleasant dreams. So Captain Parrish went and sat with his brother and sat with Doc Harry as the ship was trying to get out of Dodge. And after a few moments, the captain was holding Harry's hand, I guess in a gesture of solidarity and forgiveness for, the Doc accidentally, knocking out his brother with a little special K. But so afterward, whilst they were sitting there for a few moments, Doc Harry got up to check on Hank and noticed that Captain Parrish's hands fell limply to his side when she stood up, and he didn't wake up. So she checked him over and found a thin and thready pulse, and he was incredibly pale. So she called Kelly. They got him out of the AVA suit, and when they were taking off his boots, they discovered that his right boot was full of blood. And so they quickly discovered that a piece of shrapnel from the exploding ship had apparently gone into the cargo hold and through the captain. After some amazing medical work and some incredible dice rolls, they got the captain stabilized, and they hooked him up onto an IV to his totally doped up and now a blood bag brother. So after they did that, right as they were starting into the actual procedures to stabilize the captain, Jude and Baden up in the cockpit began getting alarms that the life support system was basically crashing. They ran down to the cargo hold and they checked out the air scrubber, and they discovered that the piece of shrapnel that had gone through the captain had gone into the air scrubber and damaged it. They were trying to figure out what was going on. They're trying to figure out how to fix it. About this time, Hank started coming to and was still so doped up that he really didn't know where he was or what he was doing, but was conscious and aware enough to understand the ship was in trouble. He had Kelly take him down to the cargo hold. With Baden and Jude's help, basically using them as his hands, they got the air scrubber fixed. The air scrubber began cleaning out began once again to remove the CO2 and produce O2, and they basically got their environment stabilized. The alarms cut off as they were walking back up to the ship's med bay. At that point, Jude heard the signal of a wave being sent to the ship, which was, of course, being overridden by all the alarm klaxons at that time. So Jude took running off for the cockpit. She got to the cockpit and discovered they're being hailed by not just an Alliance cruiser, but Alliance carrier ship, which was following right next to them and was matching their speed and velocity, and was basically telling them that if they did not decelerate for boarding, that they were going to blow them completely out of the sky. Baden got on the horn with them. Basically, Baden just said, "I've got this." Got on the horn with the Alliance, and I would say spun a line of bullshit so incredible that it stopped the universe, but the problem is he was actually telling the truth. He began quoting Alliance law and verse back to them at such rapidity and with such sincerity, and for the most part, for what they could verify, with absolute clarity of law, that they quickly reversed their gears, offered the ship an escort to their destination, and apologized, and furthermore fueled the ship for the rest of their journey. So once all that took place, and the Doc had gotten Captain Parrish stabilized, and Hank had gotten himself a little bit more lucid and was able to walk around, because once he was conscious, Doc Harry had given him some chemicals to counteract the chemicals in him. Hank went down and started checking out the engine room, making sure it was good, and Jude laid in a course, and they took off for the Blue Moon's system with a Alliance medium-sized strike cruiser as an escort. So basically, they knew they were not in for any problems their entire trip there. It took a couple of days to get there, at which point, during which the captain came to, and as they got to the Blue Sun system, they basically were told that they were going to be boarded by the Alliance ship no matter what, because they did have to do an inspection for contraband. So at that point, the captain was awake. They pulled the ship over. They slowed down when they entered the Blue Sun system. The Alliance strike cruiser sent over a shuttle boat to dock, and an Alliance strike team comes pouring out of the airlock. 4 men in heavy armor with automatic weapons, and a man comes walking out that almost no one had seen before. He was a tall, striking man in an Alliance uniform that was not standard fleet issue. It was actually an HQ issued uniform, and Jude and Baden, for some reason, visibly paled when they saw him. He came in and he basically told the crew that he needed them to do a mission for the Alliance. That the ship, that the system that they were currently in had a planet that was under quarantine that they were coming close to. That planet had a ship crash land there, and that they needed to get the flight recorders from that vessel. They were going to be sending down an Alliance team to do this, but since this ship already knew about the existence of Reavers, and since that particular planet was quarantined because it was apparently infested with Reavers, they were going to utilize the crew of the Borealis as a way to try and extract the information from the ship without risking any Alliance personnel. They were going to provide a distraction, and the Borealis was going to come into planet in Atmo and come in low and fast to try and get to the ship, extract the data chips, and get out. That was the entire extent of their mission. The Alliance was offering a small fortune for this. Baden, during this entire situation, revealed out of character, not in, that he is a reader, which means he has the ability to read minds. And thanks to an amazingly incredible roll, basically read the commander's mind completely, gathering all secrets that he could, all knowledge that he could, and he basically discovered that the man was not a commander, captain first off, he was a general. He was with Alliance. He was with Alliance High Command, not with the Alliance Admiralty. He was from not security, but special ops, and he basically was there to secure the data recorders, to get the information he needed, and because he was not going to be letting certain members of the crew escape with their lives. He was going to be taking Jude back, and Baden himself was targeted because both of them were considered high security risks. Baden because of his influence and his ability to spread information, and Jude because of her existing status as an Alliance officer and the fact that she knew that the Alliance had contact with Reavers, knew of their existence, and had been downplaying it this entire time. The rest of the crew were disregarded as loose cannons and not going to be part of the actual threat that Baden and Jude presented. So he was going to come up with a reason. He was going to take Baden and Jude with him, and they were going to be dealt with off ship. So that's the synopsis of what's going on tonight in the game. But before we get to that, we have a couple of quick announcements. First off, we are doing the race to 8K. That is going incredibly well. We're at what? Do you have the numbers right now, baby? I'm going to take that as a no, or you're muted.
You were such a dick, is what I just said.
No.
Well, you're the one who's supposed to have the numbers just sitting right there floating.
75.6.
7546, 7,546 people, closer to 8,000. It slowed down a little bit, apparently. We'll check on see what we can do with that. But as soon as we get to 8K, we are going to be giving away. Huh?
I'm pretty sure the reason it slowed down is because while I felt like shit, I spent my days in bed instead of inviting anybody.
Okay, well.
That's what happens when I don't work.
There you go. But we are going to be giving away 3 different books. Number 1, you can see that the Ascendant Avernus special edition cover book we have in the center of the screen right there. We're also giving away the Icewind Dale special edition special cover to 1 winner. And we're giving away the Vox Machina limited edition cover of the 2nd volume of their trade paperback series for the Origin storyline, which we are going to be giving away to another winner once we hit 8K. Go to our page, like and follow it, and go to our page and share the post, which is going to be set up on there in just a minute. I'll put it up in just a second. And once you do that, you'll be entered to win. Oh, okay. And then we also have and that's the race to 8K. We're getting very, very close to being done with that, and then we're going to be going on to 9K, which is right on schedule to hopefully have us hit 10K by Christmas. And if we hit 10K by Christmas, you all know what's going on. We are going to be giving away that full library of D&D core rule books, which is including the new one for Tasha's the new Tasha's Cauldron book. So those are all going to be rule supplemental books. We're giving away the entire library, the Monstrous Manual, DMG, Player's Guide, Volos, Xanathars, Sword Coast, the entire set of the actual core books. Those are going to be given away. What?
Can Cast enter to win that entire set?
Until I can afford to pay people, yes.
Cool.
So, you already have the entire set. So, so we are going to be going and giving that away when we hit 10K, and we're trying to do that by the end of the year. So, other than that,
when I divorce you.
There you go. I'm going to mute her now. So now back on to the next prize contest we have going. Kessie.
Yes.
Stop hearing.
We have our Twitch contest going to try and gain some more followers on Twitch. We're trying to get to 200. We're currently at 145. So when we hit 200, we'll be drawing one of our followers to win this beautiful set of minis that has 3 heroes and a complete bar scene, including bartender.
Yes.
I like the bartender.
I know. He looks like Mr. Clean who's seen some shit, yo.
That's not who he looks like to me, but that's just...
Who does he look like to you?
Josh knows. Me and Josh had this conversation the first time we saw it.
He looks like
it's battle damaged Major Armstrong.
Yeah,
it is. He looks exactly like him.
He's cleaning that mug like it's been passed down in his family for generations.
Excellent. And that we're trying to get to 200 on Twitch. We're at 144 followers. So as soon as we hit 200, we're going to be giving away that set of minis. Thank you very much, Kessie. And we're going to be, all you have to do to that is be a follower on Twitch. You don't have to be like or share the Facebook page, anything like that. Just be a follower on Twitch, and you will be automatically entered to win. The next thing we're trying to talk about is something that is incredibly important to all of us, something we love to talk about, and that is Extra Life. Josh, would you care to take care of the Extra Life? Josh Runyon, that is.
It would be my honor. So, once again, coming at you guys to talk about Extra Life, a fantastic charity that we are working with. Every dollar that you give to Extra Life, you can be sure it goes to where they say it goes, and they are specializing They are a charity that specializes in helping children, children that are sick or injured. They usually team up with hospitals. We are actually teamed up with Cook's Children's Hospital in the DFW area. We have set a goal that I am happy to announce, are much closer to reaching. We've set the goal of $2,000. As of right now, we are at $1,040, which is fantastic. It makes me very happy to see this and to report this to you. Last game, mid-game, we had one of our lovely daggers donate and get us pushed over the $1,000 mark. Once again, major shout out to Madam Walrus. Thank you very much, Courtney. You are lovely. You are wonderful. Thank you so much. But we are still not quite where we would like to be. We are setting that goal of 2,000. We are a little over halfway there now, and we would love to get there the rest of the way and then some. We are continuing this through November 5th. And,
7th.
Sorry. I said 5th last time too. I don't know why it's stuck in my head.
Why?
I
Why
keep cutting the
would you
deadline
do that?
so that way on November 5th I can be like, psych, we extended it by 2 days. Now get it done. No, we are going through November 7th, and in the meantime, we always understand 2020 has been an absolute hellish year for many, many, many people. If you cannot give, we completely understand. But if you can share, just share the link, share the charity, get the word out. It doesn't even have to be to your friends who like the nerd shit. Show it to your mom, show it to your grandma, show it to your weird neighbor who is always outside cleaning his bike, but he never rides it. It's kind of weird. Pass the word along. Share it on Facebook, every social media platform you have. Get the word out there. Help some kids. Be a hero.
Thank you very much, sir. And we are going to be running that Extra Life banner for until November 7th. November 7th is also my beautiful wife's birthday, and we would love to give her an amazing birthday present by blowing the Extra Life contributions out of the water in time for her birthday, for her to celebrate doing something really incredible on her birthday, as well as the fact that the universe opened up and gave me a beautiful, wonderful, amazing woman to marry.
Just as a reminder, Josh, people that can't give don't even have to give. They just have to watch the Firefly show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get more people to tune into the Firefly show and make Jonathan pay the rest of the $2,000.
That's not exactly what Jonathan said, but actually what
Basically.
Jonathan volunteered is, and we're very close right now, if we can get to an average viewer count on Firefly of 15 viewers,
Do that.
Jonathan has volunteered to donate $100 to the Extra Life campaign. We're already at 13 right now, folks, so it's not going to be super hard. So if we can get just a few more people to regularly watch the show and give us the average of 15 viewers, Jonathan will donate $100 to Extra Life. Now, if we can go above and beyond and get us to 20 viewers on Extra Life, Jonathan will donate another $100 for $200 total into the Extra Life game donation fund. So that's an amazing deal. Cannot even begin to tell you how cool that is. Love to hear that people are doing this for Extra Life. Love to see you guys help out. And you know what? Screw it. Let's do this for the night. We here at Dinner and a Game for this evening to help out with the whole process of getting Extra Life up there, and because we had a new member join our team, the Disco Daddy has joined the Extra Life team, ladies and gentlemen, and that makes the Extra Life team double cool. But we're going to go ahead and do this because Disco just joined the team. In fact, let me see where this team stats are right now. Team page. Come on, you can load. Roster. Yeah, Disco has probably, he's got the lowest total right now, but this is what we'll do. If you guys will donate tonight to the Disco Daddy on Extra Life, we will match dollar for dollar up to $100. So if you guys donate $5, we'll throw in another 5. If you donate $10, we'll throw in another 10. Just trying to get extra Disco caught up to the rest of us because he got a late start. He didn't join the team until recently. So if you guys do donate, we'll match dollar for dollar up to $100. So if you guys can, please donate what you can. Right now, anything you donate is going to be doubled up to $100. So it's a great night to do it, even if you can just throw in $5. It doesn't matter. It's going to be 10 instead. So let's go ahead and get this knocked out, and let's get Disco caught up to the rest of us. So in the meantime, thank you very much, Josh, for covering Extra Life. We really appreciate it. And I think the only thing we have left to do is go over the show of the week. Tonight's show, the store of the week. Tonight, as always, we are going to go ahead and we're going to try and focus the attention of our community on supporting our community. And by that, we mean supporting local retail stores. Right now, we are in, what, the 6th or 7th month of quarantine? It seems like forever, but since February, folks. Things have been shutting down since February. And this is a long period for any type of retail store to try and go without a steady stream of income. So what we're doing is every show we're picking one store and we're trying to highlight them and make sure that people know that they are doing things to not only keep the community safe, but to help the community out in these times that are so hard right now. So that store tonight is More Fun Comics and Games up in Denton, Texas. More Fun Comics and Games is doing everything they can to make sure that people have, number one, a safe store to play in. They're doing reduced capacity. They're requiring mask for visits. They have a hand sanitizer machine right by the door, and literally they make you sanitize your hands before you can come in the building. It's one of the prerequisites they had to do for you to come in the building. If you're coming in the building to stay and play games, because they are allowing limited occupancy, you must be wearing an N95 rated mask. They're not allowing cloth masks or anything like that. So that's one thing they're doing to help out. They're doing curbside pickup, so you don't even have to go into the store. You can actually get the stuff brought out to your car. And they're currently going through a major revamp of their website in order to facilitate delivery. So that way people can order from the store and have it delivered to their homes and never even have to go in. So this is another store that's going above and beyond to try and help out the community and keep us safe. So we thank them, we salute them, and we want to say that this is the store doing it right. We have received reports that there are some stores out there who are not practicing social distancing, not requiring people to wear masks, as is the state ordinance. And that we will never, ever, ever endorse a store that has those policies. And we will actually recommend that people stay away from stores that aren't practicing those policies. It is too dangerous. This is not about politics. This is about personal and public safety. And so any store that wants to stand by politics rather than what their community needs in this time is not a store worthy of any type of endorsement whatsoever. So, back as I said, More Fun Comics and Games, Denton, Texas. They're doing everything they should be doing. Amazing store. Do what you can. Support them in any way, shape, or form you can. Thank you again very much, guys, for being there for us. More Fun and Games and Comics. More Fun Comics and Games, and we're going to be there for you. So, that wraps up everything for the announcements. Now it's time to get you guys down to Miranda and see what happens.
Well, Ray, I think there was one thing before we go to Miranda that absolutely had to happen.
What's that?
It was a two-parter. One, my deep dive into his mind, like the deep dive. I don't know any of the information yet. And
I was thinking about that, Jonathan. You have Edict memory, yes?
Yeah.
There's only one problem with it. The deep dive into his mind, it's not like downloading something from a piece, it's not downloading a file into a computer and then processing it later. You have to live it real time through his thoughts, through your thoughts. You can only process things and go through the visual scenes. Okay, you can't remember something on fast forward. When you remember something, you have to go through the memory. Okay. So you would only be able to get you would have to either know specifically what you're looking for and go after it, or you would only get things here and there. There's not enough time to go through all that. Because you also can't remember multiple things at one time.
No, I'm cool with that. But the second thing is, you wanted me to make a roll to make sure I didn't end up like
Frying
assuming
his brain.
persona.
Oh yeah. So let's see about that.
That's why I said it's kind of a two-parter. Like, there's things that I don't know yet that at some point I will know, and then you wanted me to make sure that I don't end up becoming him.
Yeah, and I already made my roll. See it?
No,
Are you on roll 20 yet?
I am on roll 20.
Oh, I rolled it when you were there. All right, I'll do it again.
Is it that? Oh, well, I see the D10 plus D12 plus D12 plus D4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to scroll up a little if you
No.
just.
Oh,
Got
I
that.
see. I do see it. Okay, D10 plus D12 plus D12 plus D4.
Mhm.
But he did get a 1 already.
That's good. So, so is that a 17, or are you buying the 7 too?
It's a 17.
Okay.
I'm not going to start down one plot point. And for those of you who don't know, plot points are the meat and butter of this game. And we basically, we spend them like currency, and they can earn them like when I roll a 1, or when they roll 1s and I buy them from them, I buy them with plot points, and I give them the plot points. I start out with a number of plot points equal to all their total plot point pool. They start with a number of plot points equal to their lowest stat, plus any bonus plot points they may have earned. By the way, Jonathan, for
Yes.
your absolute mastery of reading, you may have an additional plot point.
Oh, cool.
Lauren, or should I say
Yes, sir.
Jude, for your incredible piloting maneuvers and for staying cool while someone from your past came in and tried to spook you, you may have another plot point.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I got an 18,
You can just
Mhm.
cancel that other one out.
but I'm gonna go ahead and spend a plot point. Are you buying my 1?
You'll just buy my one and cancel it out.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I was gonna do. But I will spend a plot point to go ahead and buy the 5.
Okay, so you're at 23.
It'll beat you by 6. Because I'm 1 point ahead of you right now with an 18, and then
Oh
when I
yeah,
add
yeah, yeah.
5,
Sorry. You're right. So you're
Yeah.
going to step it up by 1. So what you do is, with your deep delve into his mind, trying to force your way in to get as much information as you can, and you're searching through his memories. When you do that, it's very invasive, and it basically has a long stretch of pulling his personality and core portions of his self into your own mind, and it has a very strong influence. But you managed to curtail it to just experiencing things rather than having those portions of his personality overwriting yours and giving you some of his traits and some of his, motivations and changing your own outlook on certain things temporarily. So
and picking up a D12 big damn hero die in the process.
yes, he did.
That was why I spent the plot point. I was like, what? I can earn a big damn 12-sided hero die?
Illustar, which version of the game are you talking about? We're playing Firefly. There's 2 different versions of the game. So anyway, you have basically managed to stave off anything that invasive from happening to you. But you did retrieve several memories, core memories. They're basically the ones that we already kind of went over. You know who he is, because that would come right to the surface. So you know he's actually a general in Alliance High Command. You know that he is in command of a section of Special Ops, which means he is basically one of the directors of Special Operations. And you know he's tasked with finding a way of, containing the Reaver threat is his entire mission. But he is basically, they haven't been able to wipe them out because the Reavers never stay in one place very long. Miranda is their home base of operation, but they basically they move from place to place. They don't even stay in one place in Miranda. So he basically is trying to find a way to eliminate the Reavers. You know, and you definitely got the all the information I told you about the fact that he considers Jude and yourself to be great threats to his mission, because both of you are people. One of you is a person of influence, being BADEN, and the other one is a person who would be considered incredibly credible because she is an Alliance officer. And even if they did a smear campaign or whatever, they might not be able to make her story. They might not be able to eliminate her story as a possibility of getting out there and giving some legitimacy to these other claims that are coming out about Reavers. So, because of all this, he feels you two are such a threat that you're going to have to be eliminated. The whole bid to get you down to the planet, that's a possible way of getting you eliminated, but you do also know that he really does want the telemetry information and the ship's recorder log from that ship, which is why he's sending you down to get it. If you guys get it, it's a bonus. If you don't, he was going to have to send down his own squads anyway to get it, so all he does is he gets to eliminate you guys.
So originally you told me he was conflicted about that order, so he's not conflicted about getting rid of us anymore?
Oh, he's still conflicted.
Okay.
But he is trying to find a way to not have to kill. He's not thinking about you. He's thinking about Jude. He's trying to find a way not to kill Jude. He is desperately trying to think of a way not to kill Jude. He feels incredibly guilty about it. He saw what she went through. He knows what she did, how she served. You also get the picture that he is not as young as he appears. He looks to be like in his early 30s. He is actually closer to 45. He just has a very youthful appearance, and there's something about that you cannot think about, you cannot hear about that or understand about that. It's something that is done for him that keeps him looking the way he does. But he actually served in actual field commands during a lot of battles. He's seen actual warfare, and what he's feeling is the absolute compassion for the horrors that Jude has witnessed. And he wants to try and save her because she doesn't deserve to be treated like this, and he firmly believes that. But at the end, he is a true believer, and he believes that the Alliance is the right force, and they need to be protected. So, but that's what you got.
All right. Before he leaves, he handed Kessie a neat little medical gadget that 3D prints stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm just going to take a wild guess and say that in our medical bay, we do not have something that would be able to, like, read a genome or genetic information.
What do you mean, that the device would?
No, like, we don't have anything on our ship that would be able to do that, do we?
To read out, like, to do a DNA printout reading? Like a reading
Basically,
of a DNA?
yeah,
Yes, you do.
We do?
Remember, this is much more advanced technology.
Okay. I just want to make sure before this guy leaves, because if we don't, I was going to ask for something similar before he takes off.
No. You have that in the medbay kit because there are diseases out there that functionally there are viruses that can rewrite DNA now. So in
was just reading about one of those.
Oh, da-da. But yes, there are viruses that can rewrite DNA. So they basically, there's something that they in their technology level they have already started taking care of. So you're basically kind of you have it. They're small enough, light enough, and convenient enough now that they're part of standard med bays. So they're even on the ship like this small, you still have it. So you guys agreed, and I remember, Captain, you shook hands on it. And so he basically is starting. He gets his crew together, and he walks off the ship. You feel the uncoupling of the shuttle as it detaches from your ship. It goes up.
Before he left, I wanted to make sure we had like is there a timetable?
Oh, almost. Sorry. Yes.
Is there a time frame? Is there like, he basically told us like go to Miranda and like do this thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like the long and short of it.
Pretty much.
And so like I need some more. I'm gonna need some more detail. Like we
So-
all like I can't not agree, but I'm gonna need details. Otherwise, it's just like okay, yeah, we'll just go to this planet and die.
he gave you the device to the tissue regeneration device in order to
Right,
get
which-
you patched up, Captain. He knows that's
Yeah.
going to take several hours because it's still not an instant fix. It has to close the wound and make it to where you can move around and not be you can actually function. So
I'm no use to him crippled.
right. So he's gonna give you several hours to let the doc get you patched up. As soon as you check out and you're ready to go, which he's gonna leave on your judgment, but he did specifically say this device will take you a few hours to get you patched up and ready to go. And then when you say you're ready to go in a few hours, then you'll be. Well, we're gonna let you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up a diversion on the other side of Miranda. We're going to, get the Reavers to basically give chase to us, and get enough of them irritated, like stabbing a hornet's nest. And we're going to get enough of them chasing after us to where you guys can go into the planet and hopefully be able to get to the crash site, which is going to be on the dark side of the planet when we do our diversion. So you'll have several hours before daylight comes up to get down to the surface of the planet, capture the ship's log device, the black box for the most part, and then get off planet and make back out of this system in order to make rendezvous. He says we are not going to be under any jeopardy. We will be able to outrun any Reaver ship that comes after us, and we can outgun almost their entire fleet if they want to actually try and come at us. He says, so we're not going to worry about that right now. We are going to basically just draw them away as far away as we can from the planet. The only problem with Reavers is they don't seem to have a hugely large attention span, and if we get too far out from them, they will just stop the chase and come back. So we will send you a wave if that happens, but we're intending to take them out far enough to where even if they break off pursuit, that there's going to take them some time to get back, and we will be able to give you an estimate on that. So is that concise?
Seems pretty concise to me. Will there be some sort of tracking device that we can use to find this specific shuttle that we're looking for? The
It
specific
actually
craft?
has its beacon on, but it's been there for a few years now, so the beacon's pretty weak. But we will give you the boosted transponder signal for it, and you should be able to pick it up. Apparently, the
Sounds
Reavers
like-
don't give two shits about beacons.
Sounds like everything's squared away then. Better get patched up for this.
It's like, all right, well, we'll
And,
leave you to that.
I'm gonna pass the tissue regenerator to the doc, and I'm gonna, I'll like I'll like walk them out essentially. Like I'll
Mhm.
like escort them out of my ship.
As you walk up to him, and he kind of like turns and walks ahead of you, and he walks into the airlock. And as he walks in the airlock, and you're walking, so kind of like trying to walk pace with him, two of the guards go into the airlock ahead of him. The other two basically flank either side of the airlock doors as you're trying to walk in, kind of like almost walking in the airlock with him type situation, and they kind of block you out. And he kind of looks over his shoulder.
Oh yeah, no, I would just walk them to the airlock.
Okay,
like,
gotcha,
just,
gotcha.
Yeah. I'm not like going to their ship with them. Like I'm gonna walk them to the airlock as like a thank you for coming. Get the fuck off my ship. Thank you very much.
So basically, what you see
Please
is
get the hell out of here.
there's no the door to the exterior door to the airlock is sealed as it should be, and so he's kind of he kind of looks over at you and he says, "Thank you, Captain. This service you're doing for the Alliance, although it's going to make you a wealthy man, is also greatly appreciated by my men. The risk you're taking for them, we appreciate it."
Yeah. Honor to serve, glory, riches, all that good stuff. Long live the Alliance.
Yeah. So he says, he kind of like salutes you. And then he kind of like the two guys step into the lock. They close the airlock. You see the exterior airlock door open, and they board up into the shuttle. And then you feel it detach and takes off back to their own ship.
So once I feel it detach, I just kind of turn back to the crew, and I just go, well, Buck.
Yeah, that's one way to put their cap. Really got ourselves a nice big old healthy heaping of the shit sandwich served to us.
And so, Captain Parrish, you're still feeling a little woozy. I mean, you were pumped up full of Hank for a while. Hank, you're feeling a lot better, especially with the adrenaline pumping from this meeting. You're a lot more clear-headed. No more dizzy spells, anything like that, and your vision's completely normal now. So you figure that whatever Doc gave you is clearing the ketamine out of your system right quick.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, I mean, like when I try really hard, I can do my job right.
well, what do you suppose we're doing? I mean, because they can make that diversion and we can get the hell on out of here. I mean, that's just one option.
I
Mm.
don't think we're running from this one, little brother.
I'll tell you right now, you run now, you're running for the rest of your lives.
Well, I mean,
I
it's either
think
we
it's-
run while we still have lives, or we go down there and chances are we don't have them anymore.
That's no. I'm 100% with you. I mean, I just want to make sure everybody knows what the decision is. If we are going down there, though, Doc, you're gonna need to get that gene sequencer out and test everybody's genetic material. There's a special note in the files you got off that ship. We need to make sure nobody has a special variation of a chromosome, because if we do, those crew members are gonna end up Reavers second we breathe air. Well, not second, but
Cool.
eventually.
So cool. Awesome.
Fingers crossed that's none of us.
I hope so.
And if it is, Cap, I'd recommend they get bound to a vac suit and stay on ship. And we're going to have to purge all of the air that was planet side before they can get back out of that suit.
Well, this is not how I wanted to spend my day.
Yeah, you know what? I'd rather just be in a ketamine coma, but at least there, it didn't hurt as much.
And sorry, go ahead.
And so I think, well, I guess it's going to take a little bit to get that whole thing done. You let me know when you need me to give you some of my genetics, and I'll be in the engine room getting ready.
Got it.
Sorry.
Sorry. I tried really hard.
God damn it. So I'm gonna go talk to Jude, because she seemed pretty tense for that whole entire thing, and was tense when I woke back up. I'm gonna, before I go get patched up, I'm gonna go over to her and just,
You thought it was past tense, but now it's present tense as well.
God damn you. I would say, you holding up all right there?
Fine. Totally fine. 100. Yeah. Nope. Fine. Yep. And I sort of look around from where I've just been standing completely still, since you left. Like, I can't quite believe what had actually just happened. Cap, I might, I know, when you hired me on, I promised that I wouldn't absolutely bring trouble to the ship, but, might have to waffle a little bit on that absolutely.
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder, and I'm gonna say, after what you did, I don't care. You're home. We take care of each other here. I'm proud of you.
Cap, I know him. And Captain Blue that just left us. And
Is he prone to being full of shit?
no, honest, as far as I can tell, but
So,
this he doesn't handle normal missions. Things like this, they're inherently going to be dangerous. This is us walking into a high-risk situation.
yeah. I'm not feeling super great about it myself. But you know, we've been high risk ever since we picked up the dock, really. So don't see how this changes the situation much. Aside from the fact that now we got a overreaching, all-seeing big brother looking out for us. We need to be worried about knife in the back, too.
Like I said, as far as I know, he's an honest man. Keeps secrets, but if he tells you something, likely to be true. But
Do you need to be worried, Jude? What was the extent of your relationship with this man?
passing. But it's just a situation all of us need to go into with our eyes open, I think.
Well, I will keep my one good eye as open as I can. And I'm gonna pat her on the shoulder, and turn to the dock and say, "Now let's see if we can't do anything about fixing my insides." Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
So, Doc Harry, one thing you know for absolute certainty is that this device, this tissue regenerator, one of the things it's going to have to do in order to generate the tissue is it's going to have to remove all that cauterized tissue that already exists. That's going to hurt to high heaven. But the problem with that process is if you give him tranquilizers or anything like that, then it's going to make his time on the bed a lot longer. Because he's going to have to come out from underneath those. And you don't feel good with the ketamine in the system and still fading. You don't feel really good about giving him, once again, a tranquilizer and then something to counter a tranquilizer. He doesn't have nearly as much ketamine in his system as his brother did, so he's been coming out of it. But at the same time, he is, got some in his system.
Nah, man, it's like Rocky. Cut me, Mick.
Cut me, Mick. I said, cut me.
Cut me, Mick. Cut me.
Oh man. Okay, well,
I will take every chance I get to remind everybody that I do have a perk called Mighty Hideous.
yeah.
Because you love your perk.
And in that perk, I have the specialization called You Call That Pain, where I can fight through the pain. So if things get real gnarly,
it's not going to be the entire time the machine does its work. It's
I got
only
plot
gonna,
points.
Yeah, it's only going to be for the first few moments when it starts regenerating the tissue, as it has to remove the scar tissue and damage. Well, there's no scar tissue yet, but the damaged tissue that is sealed over with burnt flesh and scabs and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to have to go through all that first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he thinks he's good for it, then yeah, we'll just go for it.
I can step up my survival if needed, and I've still got a BDH.
I also technically have something that I guess would I don't know if this is a complication or not. So if this was, I mean, I guess it's still technically.
Well, he has
complications,
right? Due to the injuries and everything like that.
Yeah. So
I am complicated. I'm a complicated.
I have natural healer, which means I can spend a plot point to step back another character's medical or injury based complication as well. So
right, because he has the complication of tore up, and so he is basically walking around
from the floor up.
Yeah, tore up from the floor up. He's walking around with pretty much an open wound.
Yeah.
Inside.
I'm dying.
I'm dying.
Yes, I do type loud, Meg. I will get a different keyboard. I'm sorry. So I have a mechanical keyboard, so it click clacks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set the stakes for your role to use this device on the captain.
Okay.
It's not a super big risk, but we're going to set the stakes on this. Remember,
Captain.
Yeah.
You guys are headed to medbay, I take it?
Yeah. That's me. I am the captain, yeah.
Yeah. But before you go into surgery, can we have a word in private real quick?
Can it not wait?
That depends on who's second in command if something horrible happens to you during the surgery.
I love how much everybody has faith in me.
I got more faith
It's not that.
I got more faith in the doc than that. But I do have a few minutes, so
I rolled fucking miserably.
She's got to get everything set up, but so yeah. I'm gonna go. Go. Are we going to your?
That would probably be the best private place to go.
Yeah.
All right, Cassie.
I'll follow.
I'm gonna close the door, and then I'm gonna very seriously look at the cap and say, you do realize I spent years being taught my craft. So there are a couple of things I need you to know right now. First, the man that came aboard, he does not look at Jude or me the same way. His facial expressions, the eye flickers, the change and fluctuations in his tone whenever he refers to either of us. We finished this mission. Deal's changing. We ain't staying on this ship. We're going with him.
How you figure?
I'm telling you how I figure. He has no intention of leaving us here. The thing we're doing, it's a threat to the Alliance. And he thinks we're threats to that getting out. He doesn't care if you spill the beans. Nobody will believe you. No offense, but he's concerned about the two of us. That's one thing I want you to know before the mission starts. Second thing I need you to understand, I spent a little bit more time around Jude lately. She's almost like being around somebody who was in the war. She's got stuff in her head she hasn't been dealing with. You can tell from the way when you bring up certain topics, like she zones out for a moment, or her eyes shift, or her posture changes. Now, what scares me is the topics that I've been noticing that this happens around seems to be the topic of Reavers. So I don't know if all that's going to come spilling back out of her when we're on the planet, unless she doesn't have to go on the planet. And the only other option is to try to have somebody help her through the trauma, which I don't think is happening in 2 hours.
I got 0.
Okay. But what's your backup plan if she has a panic attack just from being on the planet?
Well, seems like I'm fairly lucky in this scenario to be traveling with a registered companion.
And a doc with ketamine.
Someone who clearly knows how to read people, work with them, make them feel better.
Oh, okay. I'm the backup plan. That I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder. That sounds great. Have fun with your medical procedure.
Look, right now we're all in a situation where it's a rock and a jagged one, like a real jagged pointed rock with several spiky bits coming out, and the hardest place that I have ever seen. Because running from this means never showing our faces almost anywhere. And we ain't got too many friends on the outskirts as it is.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to convince you to take one course of an action over another, Captain.
I'm not eager to jump into bed with the Alliance. I'm not eager to go to this planet full of Reavers. And I'm sure your keen eye and keen senses have noticed that my posture might change a bit, and my temperament might change a bit at the thought and idea of Reavers. I'm not exactly too thrilled about it myself.
I just
But
need
I
to
gotta
make sure
have-
we're fully aware of what's going on before we get jumped into this, because I don't need you finding out these details later on.
I gotta have faith in my crew here. And as far as the afterwards, you're sure you were positive about this man's intentions.
I mean, maybe there's a way to talk him out of it, but he seems pretty set on his intentions for now. I mean, I know what he thinks of us compared to the rest of you. I know how the Alliance operates in general in these types of situations. Something disappeared is a lot easier to handle than something that's still out there as a loose end.
Well, you see, the problem I'm having here is an accident happening to Jude planet side, where she didn't make it out. would be easier to cover up, easier to solve this problem. A little ruse. You would be a little more difficult. A registered companion dies, they get taken off all sorts of lists, I imagine. And there goes your whole way of life. So faking the death here don't seem like a viable option.
Like you said, Captain, rock and an even more jagged one. But I seem to be trapped between an even more jagged rock than Jude. If this is our last mission together, it's been an interesting ride. I guess you'll get your shuttle back in the end. I know you got to get to your surgery, so we can go back down there and I'll give her my sample and we can see whether or not I have to stay on the ship or I just get to stay on the ship.
I'll think of something. I'll think of something. And I'm going to turn and leave.
Alrighty. Go ahead.
Can I wave the Alliance ship?
You'd have to go to do a wave outside the ship. You have to be up in your on the flight deck with a where they fly the ship from.
All right, I'll go up there.
Okay.
Before I go there, though,
Cockpit.
I'm gonna pre-record a message and then go up there.
Okay, you can do that from your room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go with the message now, or do you?
Oh yeah, I just didn't know if you want to go back to Kessie's role. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. Yeah, we can do that definitely. Let's do that. Let's do Kessie's role first.
Okay.
So Kessie,
Yes.
I created the dice pool, set the difficulty. I did a D8 just for the general performing a surgery, D8 for the complications in the surgery because you're going to be basically redressing an already dressed wound and you're going to have to remove a lot of tissue with the machine. D6 for the extra stress factors and the fact that you're not going to be able to give him really any painkillers. And then I threw in a D4 because I wanted to generate another plot point. And then I rolled horribly, and I'm spending that plot point. So I'm going to spend out 2 plot points total. One to both to keep the other 2 dice. So my total is a 13.
Okay. So I started to put some together from what I was thinking. It was the D10 for my mental. And then I'm guessing operate instead of treat for this one.
Yes.
Okay, so that was a D8, and then I gotta take that out there. And then I was gonna do another D8 for the ship's doctor.
Yes.
I think operate is just for ship systems.
Is it ship systems?
Is it? No, because it's listed under like all of my like it's listed under my ship's doctor as highlighted skills.
Oh, okay, maybe not.
So I just assumed.
You know, Kessie, you can use treat.
I can.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be really nice because I also
you just don't get the bonus. You just don't get the bonus from first aid.
Okay.
Because this is
That's
advanced. Fine. This is not basic life saving. This is advanced.
No, so. I know, but it'd be nice to have that. But I'll take it. I'll take that because that's a D10 over a D8. So
gotcha.
I'll take that. Okay, then I guess that's it. I guess.
Do you have any big damn hero dice?
I don't think I still have one. I think I already used the one that I had. I don't have one right now. I don't think.
You can also use your borrowed medicine too.
Can I?
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't sure since we were saying that he didn't really want any medication or anything, so I wasn't sure if that would.
Well, I mean, this is going to be like stuff like advanced.
Yeah.
Advanced
Hold on.
What?
I want medication. You are not. You don't think it's safe. Let's be crystal clear on this.
Oh, okay, sure, yes, okay. But
Alan
yeah,
is-
there are
Alan is
there
not,
are
like-
other medications outside of like just pain medication and
Right,
things like
but
that nature.
right. Yeah, I want you to like give me the
Give me
antiseptic stuff. But
morphine.
Well, duh. Okay, so I
Take-
can put another
take
D8 in
care
for
of
that.
me, Doc. But like,
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm saying
Okay,
I
then-
can endure the pain if I need to.
Got it.
But
Okay.
he doesn't necessarily want to.
Okay.
So are you saying you want to miss this?
Oh my god.
No, she's talking to the captain.
Pretty cool.
Uh-oh, I missed the roll.
Pretty cool.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I don't like this dice roller at all. I don't like it.
Do we want
Pretty-
It hates me.
I think that is pretty much a given. I think it hates you. We can try doing other dice rollers, Kessie.
Ship's doctor.
Okay, I'm fine.
But no
You
matter
get beat
what,
by one.
So
no,
everyone just
she-
so
You know,
everyone-
Ray could be really cool and not buy them. You know, not buy those
But how else
jinxes.
is Kessie gonna get plot points?
so everyone's just gonna
gonna
hear
throw
from the
up.
med
Here's the
bay.
thing.
Ah!
She has a 12 right now. Okay, she can't keep the ones even if I don't buy them.
There
Okay,
you
they're
go.
just gone. So right now you are losing by 1. So
Yeah.
but you can't win on a tie. You
Yeah.
have to beat it. So what would you like to do to attempt to raise the stakes?
I'd recommend a big damn hero dice. It's a single plot
I
die,
don't
and if
think
you
she
roll
has one
one,
left.
I don't have one.
oh,
I spent the one that I
I
had
don't
last
think-
episode.
did you end up
Can I
raising
don't-
stakes when you spent it?
I don't remember because I
I'm
didn't
looking,
write that
I'm
part
looking
down.
right now.
I'm only asking because if you raise the stakes, even when you spend a big damn hero die, you can still get a big damn hero die back. It may not be the same like dice type. but
Yeah.
you can still get one back.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember because that was
well, we
a
don't
week
have that
ago.
information right now, so we're going to move on without that. But
yeah.
what we need to do is determine what you want to do in order to try and raise the stakes and finish gutting the captain like a fish.
Oh my god.
She spends a plot point to create a
Yeah.
D6 D6
Oh, did you
asset.
ever make that asset for
It's
the well-stocked
captain's-
medbay a permanent asset or not?
I wanted to do that. We had talked about doing that, and I wanted to do that. I
you
was
could have spent
not exactly familiar with what I had to specifically do that because
Well,
that
you
was a
have
long
to-
conversation we had about that, and
Right.
again, that was a week ago.
So what you had to do
and
that
I have
is-
not slept a lot since then.
You spend one episode, Kessie, and it becomes part of
Okay.
your sheet permanently.
It would be
Okay.
a D6 that you could have thrown into the roll 2 because it is an asset of the ship that pertains to this particular role.
Okay.
And it's basically called, it was a D6 asset called Well-Stocked Medbay.
Okay. And it would be like a D6.
Yes. And it is, and so whoever, does anyone have the sheet for the ship yet? Has anyone written up the sheet for the ship? I know you guys put all the stats together and everything like that, but has anyone actually written up the sheet for the ship?
I mean, I have a ship sheet available in my character portfolio, but I never did it because I'm not really the one that's messing with
Right.
the ship most of the time.
Right. Well, I was just saying
I thought-
she just bought an asset for the ship, so it needs to go on the sheet.
Okay. I can put it on here for now, and then
Okay.
when we make the ship one, or if somebody
Can
sends me the
you-
information, I can finish making the ship one.
Can you just make a little handout and roll 20 for the ship that we can
I
edit?
think the only part is making it editable.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can add it in here. I'm gonna look and see real quick if they have a ship's character sheet because they're supposed to have all the character sheets in here, but they don't. I think that's just for the player character sheets. Yeah, they don't have anything for ship's character sheet or anything like that.
What's
You can just make it a player character sheet, and then we can just ignore the
It
skills.
has. Well, yeah, that's true.
Just have the attributes, and we can, yeah.
I'm fairly confident, by the way, and this is, I promise, not any personal bias of my own, but I'm fairly confident that Cassie spent the point last episode at the end to permanently
Yeah.
add that.
I
'Cause
said I
you
was
did
going
use-
to.
yeah,
I said
you-
I was
you
going
didn't-
to. I
You
just
didn't
don't think
use
I.
all of your plot points by the end of the episode.
No, because it's
so, like, you
because
had
it wasn't.
stuff.
It wasn't about plot points. Because he was saying I had to spend an episode to do
Oh,
it.
you had to spend an episode to do
Yes.
it. Huh?
Yeah, but I was
Yeah.
saying I was going to do it. We just never really had that official conversation.
Yep.
So,
we can go. Yeah, we can go and apply that now. That's cool.
That was
So-
last week when as soon as we got off the air, I had to get off the call because
Yes, absolutely.
So,
So I went ahead and made a
Um,
character sheet for the Borealis. If someone wants to throw the stats into it real quick, it's already up and ready to go, and it's editable by all of you. Because that's your
Right
shit,
on.
yo. All right. So in the meantime,
okay,
you can roll
So
one more. You
can I
can
go
roll
ahead
one more
and just
d6.
roll a
yes.
d6 real quick?
Yes.
come on, just one time, please. Oh, thank God!
Cassie, your reactions are the best. So you now are beating me by 1. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
1. You're beating me by 1.
When she spends a plot point, she's beating you by
Yeah,
1.
you have to spend a plot point. You have to spend a plot
Don't
point for
say
that.
one.
So
Yeah,
you will have to
I'll
a
spend a plot
for that.
point for that. Hell yeah, that's
Gotcha.
fine.
And that would make your total is going to be a 14. It's 12, 15. It's 15. It's a 15. So you're beating by 2. And so you now have raised the stakes. So, Captain, what do you have to do to... Oh, wait. She's actually going to be able to give you enough painkillers that are they're not basically opioid based or anything synthetic opioid based. And so she's giving you enough painkillers to where this is only going to hurt a hell of a lot. So basically, she brings the machine up and she lays it on. She holds the machine above your side. Fingers go out of the machine that look like little metallic spider legs, and they go into the wound. And they
Sorry, I
begin
think
to
me and
draw the-
Lauren had like the exact same reaction to that. Like,
They begin to draw the
whoa.
wound open a little bit and spread it, which hurts. But then a small little arm comes out that has, for the most part, something on the end of it that looks like a cheese grater, but round.
I hate this.
And that is pushed into the wound. You hear a sudden whining whir, and your life flashes to hell as a red-hot poker is driven up and down through your side. Blood is flowing from the other end of the wound now. Doc, you're monitoring his vitals. His heart rate is going through the roof. His endocrine system is pumping like crazy. His hormones are going shooting up. But that was something you were expecting. I mean, he's getting the equivalent of minor surgery with the equivalent of 2 ibuprofen. What do you have to do to roll with the pain, Captain?
So I
And
can.
why
just
would that
do
roll
it.
be required of you?
I can just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can step up, fight, or survive for the rest of the scene. But I can only do it. I can only go down one complication. It says I can only when you activate the opportunity to step back in a physical complication. It's just one time. I can't like. I don't know. Maybe I could if I had the plot points, because I can just activate it again for another plot point.
Mm-hmm.
But I
because
only get 1 level. I can only step it back 1 level for the scene. It's
Mhm.
not. It's gone. It's for the scene.
Right.
So like, if I had like gotten stabbed in the gut for the rest of that scene, I could step it back and step up my fight or survive for the rest of that scene.
Got it. No, that makes perfect sense. So for
But
this scene,
once
you're
that
actually not
scene's-
going to need
once
it.
that scene's over, it's right back to where we were.
Right. For this scene, you're not going to need it. This scene is
Okay.
all. This scene is just going to be about you gritting and taking it. Because
Just-
Kessie made the role to do the treatment. The treatment is going to do what it needs to do. After the wound is basically after the flesh is debraved from the wound, you're bite the pillow. But after the flesh is debraved from the wound, the machine actually starts doing its actual work, which is knitting tissue back together. It begins by it only takes it about 45 minutes for it to have cleaned up this entire wound. The knitting back together is painful, but it feels a little bit more painful than getting a tattoo. And it actually, as the wound closes further and further, you actually are feeling relief because that tightness and tension that was there is being alleviated as the tissue is genetically melded back together. Okay. By the time it gets up to the end of the wound, and this was like a, you're not a small guy, and it was through and through. So this is like almost like a 10, 12-inch deep wound. So, as it finally gets up and gets to the surface of the wound and knits up, it leaves a really nasty puckered scar. There's nothing that really can be done about this. This is very traumatic field surgery. So that scar is just going to be there.
No, I was so pretty before.
Oh no.
Not that side. That's my pretty side.
That's my pretty side.
But anyway,
Well
so
done.
it finishes knitting up. You still feel a tightness there, like an old wound that's just healing up. But it's definitely, the pain is way down. The tightness and the inability to move on that side is almost gone. You don't want to push it super hard, but you're pretty sure you can get up and down now. You can move around, and Doc, that he's going to need at least another half an hour of just sitting there and because his body's in shock. He doesn't realize it, but because of what's happening. So he's going to need a little time for that, the effects of shock to wear off. And then he's going to be even more sore, but he'll still be able to move the way he was moving now.
So I'm gonna turn to the doc, and I'm gonna look at her, and I'm gonna say, was it as good for you as it was for me?
He's like sweating his ass off.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna throw up a little bit.
Yeah. She's just gonna get like a cool rag and just wipe his forehead.
So where was everyone else when the captain was getting carved on? You were doing your BADEN. You were actually composing your message.
And headed to the bridge
Yeah,
afterwards.
headed to the bridge. Jude, I'm assuming you're on deck.
Up in the cockpit.
Up in the cockpit, yep.
I was in
Hank,
the engine room.
Engine room, all right. Hank, you're going over systems. The ship did take a little bit of damage from the debris from the exploded shuttle. The outside of the ship was peppered. There's nothing to be done about it. A shuttle blew up less than 100 yards behind you. So, there's some damage. But the engines are still completely functional. And everything like that. But this is just from a cursory glance, 10, 15 minutes looking everything over. If you want to do a deep dive, it's going to take more time, and you're going to need to make me a roll if you want to do that. But from the cursory, from you just looking at the ship at a high level, all the readouts look to be good. There's some, little discrepancies, but you expect that in a ship that just got hit by a bunch of shrapnel. And so right now, everything looks fine.
Yeah, as long as we're floating, I'm gonna wait till we get on the ground, and then I'll do a bigger deep dive.
All
I'm
right.
just staying loosey goosey, waiting for direction.
Gotcha. Kelly, what is your main objective right now while everyone else is watching the captain get, or waiting for the captain to get carved up like the Christmas goose?
On the off chance he needs extra blood, I'm kind of wanting to hang out close by.
You're hanging out in Medbay with them?
Yeah, on the off chance, you know.
Or you need to hold him down?
Yeah, I need to hold him down. I mean, I don't know how we're doing on anesthetic. I don't know if the doc used it all the last time. I don't know if there's enough for him,
No.
but I will knock him out for
Well, apparently the doc has plenty of anesthetic, so we don't have to worry about that
Apparently.
part. She has
Um,
tons.
I was gonna say also that like after I was finished with him, then I would start doing what Baden had suggested of making like trying to check everyone for this specific gene that
Baden, you're gonna. Did you write down the specific genome type she's looking for?
Yeah, I would have given it to her. I mean, she's
Alright.
got access to the copy of the notes too, because.
Yeah.
But yes, I would have written it down to make it easy for her.
All right. So
Chromosome number, like gene location, and what the variation we don't want is.
gotcha. So are you gonna go over it, Harry?
yeah.
Now, I'm assuming, and this is just an assumption, would you have on hand would you have recorded genetic tissue samples from each one of the crew prior to this?
I had said I went down with the captain when he gets surgery to leave my sample.
Yeah. I mean, you in 3 months
I
you
mean,
might not have had to treat everyone.
I was gonna say in 3 months, like yeah, I may not have had to treat everyone, so I may not have every single person
Right.
on the ship, but I
Oh,
feel
no.
Got
like
plenty of mine.
I gave the bosses all my records and everything from the halfway house they rented me
prison.
from. So yeah, they have all my
All
records.
right. So you still have to run a sequencing on a couple of people.
yeah.
If you need a
Because-
cap, just wipe it off the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
Gross.
So actually, the device he just had is part of the process it went through. Was it had to sample his DNA in order to properly
Yeah.
knit the tissue together. So
Exactly.
you've got the caps already. It's going to take you about 2 hours to run everything. Okay,
Mhm.
for everyone
Okay.
else.
So
That's about on par with giving the captain some time to recover.
Yeah.
And then making sure the meds are worn off enough to where he can get up and get around.
Mhm.
So you're finishing up the gene sequencing. Jude, what are you doing? Anything other than just like staring off at that strike ship?
No, I am taking what comfort I can from being in my comfort zone in the cockpit.
All right. You keep on going over the numbers and going, never gonna get away. Fuck, can't outrun it. God damn it. there's a
actually, Ray, I got a question for you.
Mhm.
The prison would the prison I was in have my medical records, like all of them?
Yeah, I mean, all the ones for your time served. They're not exactly going to go out looking for your medical records, beyond that. But like if you had gotten in any fights, gotten injured, anything like
Yeah.
that, they're not supposed to let you die. They're just
Well, no, I mean, like, did the prison have the records from the court case as well?
No, that would be still in whatever courthouse or wherever the courthouse kept their evidence for that
Oh.
situation. So no, they don't have that.
Okay, cool.
That doesn't go with you. That's just that's kept with whatever their version of a district attorney would be, a prosecutor.
Okay. Just making sure.
Not a problem. All right, so the rest of you are maintaining your whatever routines you do in this situation. Jude, as you're sitting up in the cockpit, Baden, you come in. You've got your little memory stick with your recorded message on it. Jude's sitting there, kind of just like going over every single telemetry reading the ship has ever had, trying to find some way to squeeze one more ounce of maneuverability out of this thing. So what are you gonna do, Baden?
I'm gonna call the alliance ship.
So he flops down in the co-pilot sheet, and he begins to fire up the communication system.
Baden, can I ask, what are you doing?
Well, if this goes the way I think it goes, I just like to make sure that I could at least have a couple of goodbyes.
I mean, it's
happy-go-lucky, baby.
we can't. I know it doesn't look good, but we can't lose hope right now. We've got to fix our eyes on getting out of this.
I have my eyes on both sides of this line, and I'm going to be a little more at peace with myself if I know that if this goes sideways, I at least got this. They're not final goodbyes. They're just, like a heartfelt message in case this ends up being goodbye. You don't have to listen to it. It's pre-recorded.
I mean,
have they come on yet?
Are you waving to the Alliance ship?
Yeah.
Well, Jude didn't stop you, so yeah, they're coming on. Says, yes, Borealis, how can we help you? Are you guys ready to go down?
And I just shoot him the nastiest look.
I had one request to make real quick, if it's not too much trouble. I'm about to request that I can broadcast something to the Companions Guild so that if things go badly, I at least got to send some pseudo last words to my close relatives. Obviously, I know you want to see the message ahead of time before it gets sent, so I'm sending you the recording now so that it can be reviewed. Can you please let me know if I have approval to make that transmission without you blocking it to the Companions Guild?
Well, firstly, your communications at this point are going to be restricted because we're going to be going into restricted airspace, and you technically don't have clearance. So obviously, because this is a off-the-books mission, we don't want this getting out beyond this time period. What we can do is we can take the recording that you have, and if things go poorly, as you said, and you don't make it back, we can send that out afterwards. In the meantime, if things go as well as we hope they should, then you will basically be able to send it yourself or not send it at all because you'll be fine.
I don't even think I'm withholding the fact that I really do not like that.
I don't think that they're withholding the fact that they probably really do not care.
I know. Ugh.
He's like, Borealis?
Yeah, no, thanks a lot. Great help. Talk to you later. Bye.
He never sent the message. I wonder why not. So did you send the message over or not?
To them?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not going to send it out now, I don't care. I'll just give it to the crew. I'm gonna hand the stick to Jude. Jude, no, wait, no. I'm gonna save this for somebody else. I'm about to hand it to, and I just put it away. Never mind. I don't even want to burden you. You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, Jude.
Sorry, Baden. It would be my honor to deliver any final words should things go really badly. And let's be real, if it goes badly enough that the ship is gone, it's not really going to matter for any of us.
Yeah, I know. You seemed really awfully burdened by the idea that I even had final words, so I just figured it'd be less burdensome for you to be the one holding on to that.
More of a... I don't know, Captain said, well, essentially he called us the closest thing to family I've had ever. I don't want to lose this.
Well, this is this, other than the guild, is kind of the only family I haven't been kicked out of yet. So
I know how that feels. But I've got to believe that we can make it through this. We've made it this far, right?
and I know that this is gonna sound weird when I say it, but I'm gonna try to like downplay it a little bit, and I'm just gonna be like, I don't know if my luck can hold up twice in a row.
I mean, you don't know that it won't. Really, until we've got proof that it hasn't, we have to keep trucking along.
All right, well, I think I got a lot more stuff to do. I'm gonna pull out the data pad that had the stuff that Harry recorded, and I'm gonna pick up where I left off, and I'm gonna start going through the rest of it, just trying to memorize and understand what this stuff is, so that I got as much information about what we're about to get ourselves into as possible.
All right, so you got a couple hours sitting there with the data pad, going over the video, trying to go over the records as best as you can, get a feel for what was going on. We'll go over that in just a minute. Harry, you got the captain seems to be in hand. You're keeping an eye on him, making sure his vitals are stabilized. Captain Parrish, I'm going to assume.
Right.
Hang on one second.
Sorry. I take that back. I am not doing that yet. But I will do that in a minute. But I have to pass the captain note before I do that. I am so sorry.
Well, that was what I was going to check on. Captain Parrish, after a lovely trauma such as the one you've just experienced, would you pass the hell out? Take a nap, just for a minute, rest your eyes, as it were.
I honestly, I feel like at this point, like, the fact that I was already like unconscious for a while, and like the fact that I'm not like, if my body's like going into major shock and I'm gonna pass out, then yeah, I'm gonna pass out. But I think that I would be fighting to like stay awake. I think I would probably be like, I gotta tend. There's too much shit to do to get ready. I gotta tend to the crew. Like, crew needs me. So I think I would probably fight to like stay awake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so you're fighting to stay conscious, fighting to stay awake. So in that case, we're gonna need a roll off, because you are fighting against pretty much your body's need to just shut down for a little bit. So let's go ahead and do this. You're going to give me a physical plus focus plus anything else you can throw in that is about enduring, fighting through pain or anything like that. Not fighting through pain, but enduring, anything that help you, just fight off that absolute exhaustion.
Physical, so it would be physical and focus.
Physical and focus, because that's the basics of,
right.
You're trying to use your willpower to force yourself to stay awake, and you're basically, just doing anything you can think of to keep yourself conscious. And then,
okay.
One second.
I might use my big damn hero dice. I don't think. Nah.
All right,
no.
so.
Nah. We'll see.
I'm throwing a D10 for trauma. I'm throwing a D8 for exhaustion, because you've been going for like ever with, on adrenaline right now. And then I'm throwing a D6 in for you. minor complication you have left from the surgery, and that's it.
Okay.
So I gave you a complication of a 1.
Cool.
Not a complication. I gave myself a complication of the 1, so you can name the complication on that, and then my total is a 6.
Do I have to name the complication now?
It has to
'Cause
be
I
part of
can't-
this scene.
Okay, because I can't really think of a complication that would keep me awake.
Stubborn as
Like
hell.
maybe the
Remember
doc, you know, the doc in her infinite wisdom gave me just a little something to like put some pep in my step because she
Doc special
like
Doc special go juice.
yeah she gave me just a little. She gave me like she might have given me like a little like a small dose of adrenaline.
Gotcha.
Just because I would have been like, hey, I don't want to pass out after this. We need to do things. Like I need to be moving.
Literally, she would have given you an upper of some kind.
So that makes it a 6 total.
Yes.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna roll the physical and focus.
All right. So you have a 4, and you
So our
have a 1.
complications cancel each other out.
Yep.
And yikes, you're not beating me by 5.
Nope.
So this would just make me pass out, right?
Pretty much. You're just, the pain, the trauma, the body just can only take so much. Even a man with your type of ability to withstand pain. You, like I said, you went through minor surgery with that freaking ibuprofen. So, it's just going to overwhelm you and you're just going to pass out for a bit.
There's no better place to pass out than in the med bay, so I'm just gonna take this. I
Alright.
feel like something tells me that I'm gonna need that big damn hero dice later, and something tells me that I'm gonna need as many plot points as I can keep later. So, Captain's gonna take a nap. Gonna take a little,
Alright.
take a little nap.
And
Nap poo.
speaking of naps, I didn't realize how late it had gotten already. Jonathan, we will get back to what you want to tell the captain in just a moment. We are going to actually take a 10-minute break, ladies and gentlemen. It is about 8:45. We'll call it 8:45 just to be safe. We are going to be back at 8:55 to continue this riveting session. And we're going to get drinks and get ourselves refreshed, and we'll be right back.
okay? Because we're about to go
All
back on the
right,
internet.
we are
Okay?
back, ladies and gentlemen. Do-do, do-do, do-do. And there goes the Samuel. Bye, Samuel.
My baby.
Du-du-dun, du-du-du-du. All right, so we are
I'll
back.
stop cat
$2
shopping.
as he comes to bother me.
He's not coming to
Almost
bother you. He's coming to
guaranteed.
hang out.
Like almost guaranteed. I don't know. He's
So,
really focused on finishing his ice cream.
yeah, who wouldn't be? Baden, you said you wanted to try and talk to the captain.
Aw.
Yeah, but he's gonna be unconscious by the time I get
But you
there.
don't know that.
Yeah, but no, I'm going down anyways. It's just about to make things stressful for Harry.
So you head up into the med bay. You see
I guess you
Harry's
can say
checking the
she'll be in
captain's
a Harry
vitals,
situation.
and he is completely unconscious, laid out
Cool.
on the bed. But he seems to be very stable, Harry. He is doing well, and he does not seem to be. He seems to be in really good shape for a man who just went through the type of trauma he just went through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at Harry and I'm gonna say, Harry, could you check my DNA for this?
Oh God. What? I can't even see what that's. Oh, Jesus. God, I can't. I can hardly read this because I
So
have
it
contacts
says-
in, and I.
So
How-
out of character because I am unconscious. It says, "How did they know Cap needed a 3D printer? Are we bugged? Am I paranoid?"
Oh. Okay.
Everybody.
Just say yes, and
Your
that's
friend.
it.
Oh yeah, I can definitely check for that. That would be very, very important. That's also something that I might need to check Hank for as well.
Okay. Well then I'll
Because
just.
it could be something, they're related. It's something
And-
that I feel like we should involve,
and
we should bring
blood
Hank
over
up here
there,
for, and like make sure that I can check his blood for that as well.
Cool. I'm just
You
gonna
have plenty
take
of
my
my
Hank out
blood.
of the med bay and just yell, Hank, Harry needs you in the med bay. And then I am going to go back to my ship for a quick stop.
I'm in the engine room. Where is that in compared to the med bay?
Okay,
For,
so cargo hold is the center of lowest portion of the ship.
Mhm.
Then you go up from the cargo hold, and you go up 2 sets of stairs that cross, and they go across the top of the cargo bay. In the center of that staircase, looking down to the cargo bay, is med bay. Beside the staircase going up either side, beside med bay, is another set of stairs on either side, and there's where all the crew quarters are along that portion of the ship on the steps that go up. The stairs come across the top, meet, and then there's the central area where they have your little kitchenette and a small living area, just a little small communal room. And then there's another small set of stairs, not small stairs, but a small hallway that goes out from that and goes straight into the cockpit.
Oh, okay, then I won't
And
be
the
yelling.
engine room is if you go up from the stairs, instead of going up the stairs like on either side of med bay, if you go up, you have to actually go up a small ladder beside med bay, and you go into a hatch at the top, and then you walk back a gangplank above this. And because the engines are external to the ship and at the back of the ship, and they're very large, and so but you have a central engine room between those. So yelling out medbay is actually one of the few ways you can actually get a sound to carry directly to the engine room, because everything else is kind of like
Oh,
far away from it.
well then I guess that will work. Okay, then I'll just yell.
I'm gonna come over on the comms. Did she kill my brother this time? Did she finish off
No.
the job that the Reaver started? All
You
those.
said you needed to come down here when it was time to get the sample.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there in a sec,
Right.
and then I'll head that way.
All right. So you come down out from the engine room. You come down, slide down the ladder. It's right beside med bay, so you walk into med bay from there. You are assuming you're still there, Baden.
Yeah, for now.
All right. So Baden and Harry are standing there, and what happens next, guys?
I'm just gonna be
Well-
like, don't you have enough of my blood?
We just need to check for one other thing. I need a fresh sample. Are you like, I'm gonna attempt to take the note from you, Baden.
Oh, I already handed it to you, so you've
Yeah,
got it.
okay. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna be checking your blood for this, and I'm gonna show it to Hank specifically, because like, out of character, because I feel like if there's somebody who can figure this out the fastest, it's gonna be Hank.
It's our tech guy.
Yeah. I don't know how to figure this out. I don't know. I have no clue.
Give it to Kelly.
Like,
Give it to Kelly.
no.
She'll find it.
Well,
She
actually,
is your
technically,
security
this
officer.
falls under Kelly's
She'll
area of
find
expertise. She is the security expert.
Yeah. She'll
Well,
find
that's
it,
true.
and she will also demonstrate a level of discretion that is highly professional and very becoming of a security chief.
And also, if we're in zero gravity, she'll throw up everywhere. It's fun. It's like
I just feel like she hit me on the back of the head before she even answered either of those two questions.
but I'm gonna look at the note and be like, well, go
Well,
ahead.
how was I supposed to answer those questions? Like what? Like write it down, I guess? I don't know. Like I could have done that, I guess, but I'm on board with you. I'm
No.
concerned.
I feel like
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I
Ellie
was like,
would hit me in the back of the head before answering either of those questions.
oh.
I'm gonna read the note. Be like, all right, Doc, just take the sample. And I'm just gonna look at them and be like, just give them a wink, and wink. Take the sample, Doc.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks. And just in case, I will take like an actual sample from him, though. Like I will.
I
take
assumed you were
an
going to
actual...
do that.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. She doesn't have to roll for this, does she?
No, she does not have to roll for this. You know, there is a dice roller built into Discord now. We could switch to that. We can't switch it right now, of course, but we can switch to that later.
She doesn't like Discord.
I
either.
don't like the Discord one either. The Discord one hates me just as much. We've used it before.
We can go to live dice rolls if you guys want to.
Am I gonna have to change the angle of my camera though, so that you can see them?
If I can't trust you to roll your own dice, why are we even here?
That's what I would hope for, but you never know.
I don't trust you.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you hope you don't cheat?
You trust me on Mondays? No, I don't. I will.
You will?
I don't have the bone in my body to actually be able to be like, yeah, I'm gonna cheat at tabletop games. Like, no, like that's.
Wait, does that just mean you don't have the bone in your body to admit you cheat, or?
Nah, she's got too many
Cool.
tells.
So anyways, they're gonna she's gonna take my sample.
I'm just gonna play for the rest of the game from down here.
I'm gonna go to where I think would be best for me to run a scan and see if there are any bugs on the ship.
I'm gonna go to my shuttle and leave the door open.
You know what the weirdest thing is about being on a cargo ship, Hank? You don't have a lot of scanners or sensors that can be targeted inside your ship. You're more worried about stuff that might fly into it rather than stuff that be inside it.
Well, you know what? That's okay, because while I've been in my domain, I've actually been working on something for just such an occasion.
Oh, really? So we're spending some plot points.
It's funny you mentioned that. Yeah. No.
All right. So what
we
we're
have a
gonna do
D6
is
internal sensors now.
All right. So what we're gonna we got to set this up right. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's set up the difficulty. So this is going to be a technical roll. So it's going to be a D10 for overall technical difficulty, because you're literally going to be pulling something out of your ass. D8. Oh, I forgot to hit the plus sign. A D8 for making something that is going to have the ability to scan the entire ship. Are you looking for something? Are you okay? In order to stage up stages properly, are you looking for messenger windows where my dice resolution? Oh yeah. I fixed it. Sorry about that. I keep on meaning to use the other browser for my messenger window. Jessica's shopping for cats. D8, D10 for the overall difficulty. Are you willing to have this be a handheld device, or are you looking to actually really try and
It's a
retarget the ship? Okay, so you can walk around the ship doing it.
Yeah.
All right. So that's gonna.
Oh, actually, hold on. You know what? I was actually gonna. How many assets can I make in an episode?
Oh,
Just
episode?
one? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Episode, you can make assets, temporary assets. I don't think there's a limit. It's just one per
Just
scene.
As long as you have the plot points for it, yeah.
Yeah. It's one per scene for the most part, though.
Mm-hmm. Now, the scanner that I want to make is actually something similar that I was gonna before they departed to go on their Miranda mission.
Mm-hmm.
What I was wanting to do was create a kind of a heat signature reader to scan for people, in case they were looking
for
going into
reavers and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty much. So can I make an asset that kind of does both, or can I just? Well, I have to spend another plot point to be like, oh, it also does this.
It's going to be another plot point. Those are two so unrelated things that I couldn't see you making it both out of the same device doing two completely unrelated functions like that. So
that's fine.
Right,
we'll just keep this one on the ship. So it's a plot point to create it, and is it also another plot point to use it?
No, once you create it, it's there for now. It goes into the die pool. But if you actually want that dice to count in the total, you got to spend plot points to make the die count in the total. Yeah,
gotcha.
So, and what I'm throwing is a D10 for the overall technical difficulty. I'm throwing a D8 in for basically kind of pulling something out of your ass with whatever parts you have available. And I'm throwing another D8 in. It was going to be a D10 if you're going to try and make it where you sat in one place. But since you're actually going to be willing to move around the ship and scan, it's going to be a D8 for that. So that's that's the total roll for this. I will spend a plot point to keep the 2, so it's going to be a 13.
All right, is this going to be what, my mental and craft?
Mental and craft.
And then the D6.
Yep.
Cool.
Mental, your craft.
And then if one of your distinctions can be used for this.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
I was gonna say, so I have technologist, and so the thing goes, step up, operate. Oh wait, it's operate. Never mind.
No. But Josh, just being a technologist means you can use the D8 in the roll.
Oh yeah.
The other functions of the distinction. The other functions can be triggered if they're specifically useful, but they don't necessarily have to be part of it. You just still get the D8.
So would this be craft or operate?
It'll be craft. You're putting something together.
Okay. Well, I had already put it together.
I see what you're saying. No, I can let it be operate. I can let it be operate. That's definitely true.
All right, so it's mental, operate, and then my technologist. Cool. So that's 2 D10s and a D8.
Da.
Well, and if you're using that asset right now, don't forget the D6 also.
That's very correct. All right. 1D6. All right, let's do this.
Holy guacamole!
So I'm just gonna keep the 2 9s, and it'll be 5 above.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Congratulations on your big damn hero die of a D10.
Yep, you got a big damn hero D10.
Fantastic.
Congo rats. Now, you stepped it up by 5, so you basically have gone over it by 1 on that. So you get to basically create a complication for them based around them possibly eavesdropping on the ship, or based around your ease of finding if they have a device on the ship. So what would you
Yeah,
rather
so
do?
I basically want to be like, you know, they put it in a not so subtle spot. Wait,
Got it.
hold on. No. Okay, actually, here's one better. They put it next to something noisy, so anything they are listening to is getting muddled. So if there is a bug, it's they're only getting like every third or fourth word we're saying.
Gotcha. All right.
Is he
So
gonna be able to figure out where it is and like what kind of bug it is based off of that too?
well, that's the whole purpose of running the scanner. Not necessarily what type of bug it is. He's only going to be able to determine where it is, and
I guess when I said what type, I just meant like if it's audio or audio and visual.
Gotcha. No, yeah, he'll be able to determine that once he finds the bug itself.
Yeah.
All right, so you basically start heading out into the ship, walking around with the scanner. It quickly leads you back to the cargo hold, and it quickly leads you down to the one of the one of the crates that is been sitting in the cargo hold for probably, like, you remember that you picked it up on a milk run about 3 weeks back, and then when you dropped off packages, it was just left over, and you didn't know where it came from. And since then, it's been kind of just getting kicked around the cargo hold, like used as an extra seat or just used to to stack something up on. And no one's ever really bothered to try and even find out what's in it. And it's been just like drifting around the cargo hold, and you don't even remember where it necessarily came from. But it's been aboard for about 3 weeks. So you walk over to it, and it is pinging like crazy.
Okay, so instead of it being next to something noisy, since it's been in the cargo hold, can we say it just got dinged up, so it's not working very well?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the cargo hold is probably the not, people don't hang out in the cargo hold. It's the farthest thing from like where everyone lives type situation. You know what I mean? So that's one other reason I was going to say it just basically doesn't get to pick up a lot of information because it's so far off. But you could definitely say it definitely got banged up as well. So the mic is like not in the position it was in. It doesn't record very well. But are you gonna like open it up or what?
Before I do that, I'm gonna report back.
The transmission signal that you get, because one thing your device can do and is doing, it is finding the transmission signal, and it is a tight frequency beam signal that has basically the space equivalent of a GPS, but it's not locating your ship necessarily. It is transponding. You don't know if it's transponding telemetry data yet, but what it is doing is you can tell right away because of how tight the beam is. It is directly beaming whatever it's sending directly back to the nearest Alliance comsats, that the satellites that are placed all throughout the verse and are designed to boost signals in order to get them to travel farther and faster. And what this means is, since you're assuming this is an Alliance bug, it's going to have the highest priority once it hits one of those transponders, and it's going to be sent back insanely fast. So that basically gives them the ability to monitor you, not in real time, but damn close and fast. And because of the nature of the signal that's coming out of it, this is a piece of decent tech.
All right. I'm gonna think to myself, not out loud. I'm just gonna think to myself, I could use this for something. And then I'm gonna go back to the med bay where everybody is, and I guess report it. Or no, I'm gonna go find Baden, and I'll let him know.
All right, Baden, where are you at right now?
I went back to my ship for a minute, and then when I get done with this small task, I was gonna head back to the med bay.
Well, it takes him a good 15, 20 minutes once he leaves. Well, I'm gonna take it down. It'll probably take 10 minutes because, like I said, once you got that thing up and running, it was beaming. It was leading you straight to it.
It'll only take me maybe like 2 or 3 minutes in my ship. So I'll already have my moment with Kessie by the time Hank gets there. So I'm gonna walk up to Harry
And
I'm gonna
shoot
tap
her in
on
the
the
face.
shoulder.
Yes.
And then kind
Sorry.
of quietly, because I don't know what's going on with this bug situation yet, I'm gonna close the med bay doors, and I'm gonna say, Harry, if anything happens to me, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could transmit this to the Companions Guild. I trust that you'd take care of it for me.
Yes, of course. Whatever you need, anytime.
Thank you. And I will open the doors back up, and then just like step out of the med bay. And I'm guessing about this time he's coming up.
Yep.
So I'll walk over towards him to meet him.
Cool. And I'm just so Ray, can I kind of figure out what the range is of what it can hear?
You're pretty sure it can hear at least up to the crew quarters above medbay with the doors open. It would probably be able to pick up voices from the room. Anything from the cockpit would probably be way too beyond its range, even with an omnidirectional mic. But with all the ship noise and with the engines being right above the cargo bay, it would have trouble making out anything at that distance. Now, whether or not they can apply scrubbers and audio filters to that inbound signal and enhance it enough to where they can make it out, that's another thing entirely. But, it's going to have the ability to hear just about anything in the ship as long as the doors are open. Like it can hear from the cockpit, possibly, but it's going to be able to hear about anything in the ship as long as the doors are open, like the individual crew doors for the crew's personal quarters, and the cockpit. If the cockpit door is open, then it will be able to hear into the cockpit.
Would you say it'd be able to hear us from Baden's shuttle if we had the doors closed?
Probably not.
Okay, perfect. Baden, I think before we go, I've just been really stressed. I think I might need to hire your services. Can we talk in your shuttle?
I knew this was going to happen one day. Cap called it in the beginning, and I'm going to start walking.
You're going to make it.
If these are my last moments, let me spend them in pleasure.
I love this. Yes.
So whenever we get to Baden's shuttle, he's gonna.
I'm just gonna start grabbing the sensual oils.
Yeah. I'm gonna shut the door. Like, Baden, I think I love you. No, not really. So here's the deal. Looks like it's something we picked up. A package we picked up a few weeks ago on a milk run. Box is pretty beat up. It's been in the cargo bay. How it didn't get shot off in that whole big damn hero situation our lovable captain put himself in, I don't know. But what I am saying is that as long as you keep the doors closed, keep it to a whisper. Anything you don't want the Alliance to hear, because that's who is, of course, listening to us, our old Big Brother Alliance. We should be fine. Now, what I want to do is, now that I'm aware of this, I kind of want to make something with it.
What exactly is it other than a bug?
Well, that's just what it is. It's just transmitting whatever we're saying. It's just audio.
You haven't confirmed that yet, but there's really it would only be able to record video in the hangar bay or in the cargo bay.
Well, what did the container look like? It didn't look like the container had any cameras on it, did it?
No, but you know how small cameras get now.
Yeah,
Imagine
that's fair.
take that up like 200, 300 years in the future.
That's fair. So from what I noticed, it's recording just, if it is recording video, it's recording it in the hangar or the cargo, and audio. Like I said, as long as we keep our voices quiet, keep our doors closed, should be fine. It's just beaming it to the nearest Alliance satellite, and they can hear whatever they want. Now, that being said, it's not like we get in a whole lot of trouble anyways. Well, most of us don't get in a whole lot of trouble anyways. But that is a thing that we have on our plate now. Now, there are a couple things we can do with this. Like I said, one, I can potentially repurpose it for our own devices. I don't know. I kind of want to do it, kind of just to piss off the Alliance because they're a bunch of assholes. But we could also just dump it on Miranda and be done with it.
Is he holding his little scanner device in his hand? He would, because he just came directly from scanning, right?
Yep.
Can you scan this shuttle real quick?
Scan the shuttle.
Nothing in the shuttle.
Okay.
You
Then,
got some
I'm
things
just going to tell him, my concern is if the crate is a listening device and a broadcaster, there was a potential chance that it could have sent out like micro drones to be located strategically throughout the ship. Does that make sense?
I mean, yes.
Although I don't know why the Alliance wouldn't be that paranoid of us 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Although I'm not sure why they were that paranoid of us 3 weeks ago to even put the crate in the cargo container.
I mean, I feel like the Alliance just likes to has its fingers in any pie it can stick them in. Unfortunately for them, this one is a shit pie. However, we do have it on board, and we need to get rid of it.
Baden,
Well, yes.
one of Jude's memories comes rushing back to you.
Okay.
She is AWOL.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
And she never went back after she took that 6-week leave they offered her, because she was scared that things might go badly for her, because she had knowledge that the Alliance might not want her to keep.
Well, that explains it to me.
Jude.
Not that I really want to share that one publicly with everybody right now, but that makes a lot of sense.
I'm just gonna be like, well, maybe, I don't know, how many high Alliance officers do you apply your services to? Maybe one of them is just the jealous type.
You know, I'll let you go with that one for now. But you said you wanted to tinker with that toy. I definitely wouldn't tinker with it until we're on Miranda. However, if it does what you say it does, that means that it's a direct line of communication, which means that we could basically bypass them completely in making communication through the waves, which is possibly going to be useful if we really want to like stir the hornet's nest, but that could get us in a lot of trouble I don't think Cap's going to appreciate. But if things go really, really sideways, Hank, I'd really, really appreciate it if you could do me a favor and you could rig that thing up before we all die and broadcast this message to Londinium for me.
I thought you gave it to Harry.
I made 5 copies. I'm giving them all.
Literally giving a copy to everyone.
I listened to it. You gave him his fucking mixtape.
Fire.
I know you're like, didn't you just give that one to Harry? That's that quick little thing I was doing on the shuttle real fast.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like.
The first song is "I Like Big Butt."
No, it's like I like being alive. I'm a companion. I'm just kidding. No. Yeah. I can do that. I mean, if you go missing, I'm pretty sure you're probably the most important person on this ship. So, yeah, I can rig it up. Probably.
I appreciate it.
All right.
That being said, it's only gonna, for right now, the way it is, if I do rig it up to that, it's just gonna beam it to Alliance. However, I'm sure I can fiddle with it.
Well, or if something bad happens to me and y'all make it off, you can just transmit it later to Londinium.
Sure, why not? Well, that being said, I could use a massage, but I'll solicit that from you later.
This may be the last time I get to be an actual companion.
Yep. How does it feel?
Kiss.
All right.
Fantastic. All right. And
Yuckies.
I'm gonna go to the my workshop
Mhm.
and start doing stuff.
Okay. Are you doing stuff in preparation of trying to bring the cube into your workshop?
No, wait. No, because if I do that, no. What I'm working on is the asset that I'm gonna be giving them whenever they go board, and then whenever they're on Miranda is when I'm gonna start messing with the thing.
Okay. All right. All right. So about this time, go ahead.
Oh, he said he wanted the massage. I was actually
No.
willing to give him the massage.
Oh no, I said I'll solicit that from you later.
Oh, I thought you said you were taking that now. I'm sorry.
I'll
Never
take
mind.
I'll take it.
Take it now, you coward.
All right. So
Then in that case, my response will be like, instead of saying like that's my last act as a companion, possibly, I'm just gonna be like, there may not be a later, but whatever. And then I'm gonna go find Kelly.
all right. So you're going to go find Kelly. Jude, you're up in the cockpit, and no one's told you what's going on. And you kind of just been sitting there staring at that cruiser and staring at straight ahead. It's been a couple of hours now. And so you basically sit there, and suddenly a wave comes over. And it's the Alliance communications officer on that ship. And he basically says, Borealis, we are looking at a go time. Are you prepared to do your part?
I send back. Let me confirm with the captain and the rest of my crew, and we'll present you our answer shortly.
Make it quick,
so
Borealis.
I mute the wave to them real quick, and then go on internal comms in the ship. We got any idea when we'll be ready on our end to get this thing started?
Immediately, I'm just like, Captain's taking a nap. We're just waiting for him to wake up. No, not what you're thinking. Not one of those naps.
I will take your word for it, Hank. The Alliance doesn't sound too awful patient. Maybe
All
we
right.
can
Doc,
help wake him up.
Doc, give him a good old slap in the face. It'll be fine. On this pretty side.
You gonna try and wake him up, Doc?
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you just gonna try and shake him awake?
Is this something that she'll have to roll for?
Nope. Not if she's gonna.
Oh, you
Curse
want
the dice
Shakes him
roller.
awake
Y'all
and accidentally
stop.
breaks his neck.
I've made some decent rolls before, okay? So everybody can just fuck
Right.
off, okay? Like, for real.
Yay, Cassie!
Shaken baby syndrome when you're in your 30s.
Shaking babies when you're in your 30s. She accidentally gives the captain brain damage. But he already had it, so I guess it's.
I'm not that strong. I am
I'm not
not
that
strong
strong.
enough to make that happen. I'm not.
We'll
I'm
see
not.
if that's strong when the roll happens.
All right, so you don't have to roll to try and shake him awake.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shake him awake and see what
Alright.
happens.
He is slow to come out of it, but he does. You are woken up, Captain Parrish, by your noble and illustrious ship's doctor, who is like trying to. She's basically shaking his cat. So go ahead, Doc. Wake him up.
I thought I died. What's going on?
Assume he's talking to you, Harry.
No.
Did I die?
No, you're fine. You're totally fine. Everything's good. Everything's wonderful.
Thanks, Doc. You got the best bedside manner.
I believe there's that the Alliance is getting a little bit antsy now, though.
I come
We
over
might
the
need
comms
to-
again. We got an answer? We really don't want to make them wait too long.
These fucking people. All right. And I'm gonna get up and head up to the bridge.
Alrighty.
And, I'm gonna get on comms. I'm gonna get on comms and say, "This is Captain Parrish. I am fully recovered, or as much as it can be, and we are awaiting instructions."
He says, "All right, Captain. As long as you guys are ready to go, why don't you give? We'll give us about half an hour. We're going to get into position. When we do, the signal is going to be pretty obvious. The Reaver's got a bunch of ships that are just floating around. Some of them are derelict. Some of them are probably populated with Reavers out here." He says, "But we're going to light some of them up, and hopefully the Reavers are going to give chase." It says once you detect the detonations, that's going to be your signal to go. He said, "Like I said, you're going to come in from the dark side of the planet. As far as we know, they don't have any advanced sensing equipment or the common sense to use it." He says, "So they're going to be looking on visuals. So we have it in all due confidence that you have an excellent pilot, because she's going to be basically flying strictly by instruments. No lights, and no overt sensor equipment. We have the transponder beacon signal. We're transferring that over now. You guys can lay in your course while we're getting in position. And then as soon as the fireworks start, you guys run."
Can
Hey,
do.
just so everybody knows, as I'm making the ship page, so totally forgot that we for the because of our ship,
Mm-hmm.
it has the useful cargo thing, and basically personal assets created while aboard the ship begin stepped up.
Oh, crap. All personal assets, though, not ship
Personal
assets.
assets, correct? Yes.
So that doesn't apply to the medbay asset because that was a ship asset.
Correct.
But
Yes.
it did apply to your little sensor device.
Yes.
Yep. So that should have been a D8 you rolled instead of a 6.
It's fine. I knocked it out of the park anyways.
Yeah. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen. So, what are you guys going to do to get prepared?
Once they're done, and they're where the comms are closed,
Mm-hmm.
while sitting in the co-pilot seat, I'm gonna turn to Jude,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say, "You ready for this?"
No, but I don't have much choice, do I?
None of us do. No matter what happens down there, I ain't taking Hank.
You're not
Things-
taking
if-
Hank?
If things go real south,
Hank ain't going anyways.
I want
Hank
you-
has already out loud said that he is not going.
I want you to get him as far away from here as you can. If things go real bad for us, you take the Borealis, you get away. Baden seems to think that this friend of yours has ill intent for the two of you.
Friend might be
And-
overstating it, but
Quaint. But
Companion.
Oh,
I seen how things go with these monsters, and I don't want that for I don't want that for him. I don't want it for any of you. So you promise me, things goes real south, you run. No heroics.
Cap, if things go real south, if all of y'all that go to the planet end up dead, we'll run.
Thank you.
How are you gonna know we're dead?
you're not there. Unless you're following the captain around for some reason.
Well, Venus
she'll
really shouldn't be up right now.
She'll
Yeah.
know. She'll know. She'll know if we're dead.
Well, I assume we're gonna have comms between those on the ground and those in the ship.
Whenever we hear the
Oh God, Jesus,
they're cutting
no!
the other side of my face.
no, not the eyes.
Strangely enough, they're leaving the butchered side alone.
Wait. Hey, Cat. Out of character question. If you walk with your profile turned to the Reavers, do they think you're one of them? Are you like Two-Face? Like as long as they only see one side of you, like they just assumed it?
Now that is a
Some
question worth answering.
Some camouflage, yeah. And the only thing that we need to do now is just get a knife, and we'll cut everybody who's going onto the planet side. We'll just cut ourselves up, and
Yeah, totally. Just
perfect
camouflage.
Can we
No,
sew
it
your
won't
suit
work.
like
It'll be
halfway down
flesh.
so it's like half Reaver outfit, like half normal, and you can just like turn in whichever direction you need to be at the time?
No.
Turn this way. Turn Reaver side to the Reavers. Normal
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
Alliance
yeah.
officers.
It's
you know,
foolproof. It's foolproof.
Yeah.
It'll work. It'll be fine.
Everything.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, yeah, like who cares about the harmful atmosphere that might actually turn me Reaver?
About
Yeah,
this
speaking
time,
of,
Harry, the readings come back from all the DNA tests.
Hey, Shatner.
Both
Yes.
Baden and Jude test positive.
Okay, so they cannot go. Right? Like that's what that means.
Pretty much.
Wasn't this a coincidence?
So,
According to what Baden said.
Man, that would be the weirdest thing. A reaver that was also a reader. How the hell would that work?
Awful. I feel like
I
so
don't-
awful. I feel like so bad. Like,
And it's also a companion. Ooh.
Oh, wait. If I retain any of my knowledge, that means I would know how to, instead of performing pleasure, make it all pain.
Oh my god.
this is the worst. This is the
well,
worst thing.
well.
It's like that one episode of Angel where Faith had that guy. I think it was Wesley at the time, like strapped in the chair, and he's like, "Go ahead, like do your worst. I can handle torture." And she's like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna like do anything like really horrible to you. I'm gonna do like a million tiny little things to you so that it just hurts so much worse."
We'll
Death
just
by a
like
thousand
we'll just
cuts.
keep him. We'll just keep him on a chain, and we'll just stick him on people. Go get him. Go get him.
All right, so what are you guys planning here?
Well, I will
Harry,
relay
what do
this
you-
information. I will relay that information to the captain.
So-
let
Oh,
him
you give it
know.
to the captain? You pass the
Oh,
buck?
yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
So-
He's
so-
making this decision, bro, not me.
So the away team is going to be me and Kelly for sure. The only other person I can bring is the doc. So I'm going to get the information from the doc, and I'm going to go down to Medbay to her. And I'm going to say, I feel like I've asked a lot of you here in these last couple months, specifically in the last couple days. And it don't feel right asking too much more of you. But if you did not want to come, I would respect that. But it would mean a lot if you did.
Somebody has to try to take care of y'all. I'll come.
All right.
So
Let's
there's three folk going down.
Let's get suited up.
That's what I was going to ask.
We got a signal to watch for.
All right.
And I'm gonna go to Kelly, and I'm gonna say, how are we looking stocked wise on weaponry?
For the people staying here or the people going down?
Yes.
Okay, well, I've never seen the pilot shoot, so I'm not sure which is the better sized piece for her. I'll need to talk to her about that. What type of gun do you need?
I would like something with a little more kick to it than my hand cannon. But if that's all I can have going down, I know we don't exactly stay
Ooh, one of the
stocked
things
like
I'm-
some sort of armory.
Yeah, well, one of the things I'm worried about, sir, is didn't you just come out of surgery? Should you really be going down right now? Just saying.
I appreciate the concern.
Okay.
I do. But
To work on the comms, by the way.
I don't feel right sending other people down and not going myself.
I understand.
So, if there's anything big you can bring along with us, it would be very much appreciated.
Oh, yeah, sir. Closet in my bunk getting full of clothes.
No, it ain't.
So if you could just have Jude come to my bunk so we can figure out what she's going to need, that would be excellent when she gets done.
I'm gonna
Jude?
send everybody to collect a piece from you.
Awesome.
And you have a collection of weapons, I assume, Kelly.
I
You can
do.
spend
I
a
do.
plot point to have a D6 asset of a rocket-propelled grenade launcher, right?
Which would go up to a D8.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was actually gonna say I wanted to go to my bunk
Mm-hmm.
before we go down.
Okay.
And I was going to get something from my personal storage that I was going to create an asset for. Um, I want to go get my old dog tags
Mhm.
from when I was serving aboard the ship that got attacked by Reavers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go get those, and I'm gonna put them on because they're my lucky charm for this.
Okay.
Um, and basically, I don't know if we would count this as more of like a psychosomatic thing, like a sugar pill thing, but um, like while I'm wearing these, I'm gonna feel a lot better about my survivability.
Gotcha.
Your lucky charm of sorts.
Yeah, these I was wearing these when I survived the grizzly attack that left me so brutally handsome.
You were also wearing them whenever you got attacked, so I think it's like 50-50 luck on luck, you know.
Don't
Well,
pester me with
don't pester me with
semantics.
details.
I am spinning a plot point. You son of a bitch.
All right. So you spend a
Uh,
plot point, and you gain the asset, which is stepped up to a D8 automatically because of the ship's quality. And because it is considered a personal asset. Alrighty then. So
Before they depart, I'm gonna find old Captain. We're gonna share a moment here. So I'm gonna bring him the scanner that I made to basically scan a room before they go in it to see if there's any people in there. Um, bring it to them. We can. I mean, like, what would that be? Would it be like heat signature? Because these dudes are like always bathed in radiation anyway, so I feel like that wouldn't be good enough. We'd have to have like some sort of life sign or life signature reader, some sort.
Is it kind of like the thing in Alien where they have the little like reader that like picks up like movement of heat?
it just says that. Okay, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I picked up movement.
Yeah, I mean that could be a thing. Picks up movement and kind of generates like a little picture of what what the thing moving looks like. So you could tell the difference between like a fan that's spinning and like a human.
Well, remember,
It's
there's
like
not supposed to be anything really alive down there except
yeah,
readers.
you're right. I was talking about like a fan that's spinning and
Oh,
like
gotcha.
that's running. You know, So yeah, that's what I would like to make. So I'll spend that plot point.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a D8 already, and I'm gonna bring it over to Alan. Like, well, It seems like the further we run away from these fucks, the closer we end up having to get, huh?
Yeah, the arm of the Alliance stretches a lot farther than I'd like it to.
Yep. Well, the best thing about it is that I made this fantastic it's called analogy, or not analogy. Anyways, they like to stick their fingers in so many pies, but unfortunately for them, they stuck their fingers in a shit pie with us. So just so you know, and I'm gonna where are we right now? I guess
My
on the
quarters.
your quarters, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close the doors. Be like, so you know, I'm gonna speak real low. There's a bug. You remember that package we picked up? Couldn't figure out where it came from. All that good stuff. Didn't much care about it except for his decent seat. Will happen to be an alliance bug. So I am.
Alliance.
Yeah. So I am going to give them a healthy dose of their own medicine. I'm gonna fix it up and see if I can use it to our advantage.
How so?
Well, we're working on that. So I have some, Baden's last words or whatever. I can shoot it to the companions at the very least. But I'm kicking around a couple ideas. Maybe use it as as a makeshift crybaby, or the possibilities are endless. I mean, the point is we have alliance technology that they don't know we know we have, and I'll make it happen, Captain. I'm gonna clap him on the shoulder, like, well, I'm not too good with sentimental crap, so just get back so I can talk about just what a beautiful person you are on the outside, of course. Yep.
I hug him.
I hug him too.
With
And
reluctance.
Yeah.
as I come back from the hug, I say, I kind of like grip him by the back of the head, and I just say, just remember, she's still half mine. And I pat him on the shoulder, and I say, but that don't mean that I want you to leave half of it behind for me.
I'm already gonna be leaving half my heart behind if you don't come back. So just
I'll come back.
make sure you come back, and
I'll come
we'll have
back.
to. I'm just gonna kind of now get out of here, you asshole. Don't you gotta go do some alliance bullshit or something? And on that, I'm gonna kind of turn on my heel and leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a second to just kind of calm myself, steady my nerves alone in my cabin, and try to hype myself up for this absolute death trap that we're fucking walking into.
All right.
So never mind. I'll wait until we convene and go over the mission details. Or actually, before I leave, I'm like, well, Cap, we should probably gather the crew, figure out how we're gonna fuck this pig.
I like look at her. I go, you and your analogies are just, yeah. Assemble them. I'll be out in a minute.
Go Team Parrish.
No, team.
Wait. Think
Except
about the
because it's
phrasing
like
there.
this and
Yeah, it's the hand up and then the.
Yeah. All right. And then as soon as I leave, I'm gonna head I guess to the dining area,
Okay.
and I'm like I'll just send out a announcement to everyone. All right, everyone, let's have a powwow in the in the dining area. And as I'm waiting for everybody to get there, I'm gonna start getting a little grub together for everyone.
All right. It's mainly the usual
Yeah.
thing. It's mainly protein bars.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on a. Oh yeah, wait, is that a crack? See, I think we gotta put that on the cry counter. Yeah, she's crying right now. Absolutely. She can't even deny it because if she denies.
Two brothers, kid brothers.
See, Kessie just saying how many to put on the cry counter.
It's just called two brothers.
Two brothers.
Yep.
So,
Josh,
guys-
you just got called out in chat. Oh.
so you guys come into the main dining area.
I can tell better than the rest of you, and that's why I said, "Is that a crying Kessie?"
Oh, I know. Kessie.
Shut up.
Heartfelt.
That's how you know it's-
family moments. Really, they really touch the.
I'm sorry.
No,
How dare you
we
have to-
love you.
No, it's okay. Kessie would cry at like a really heartwarming Folgers commercial. So.
Number of times Kessie has cried. 9.
Life.
But this was a pretty 9. This was a good one. All right, so
We're up to 9, I think now. 9.
all right, so you guys come into the you called them in here, right? Hank.
Yeah. Question.
Mhm,
Before they gather, I mean, can I? Let's see how many. I don't know if I want to do that. Never mind.
Okay.
I
All
was
right.
gonna say, like, can I spend like a plot point to have like a hidden meal that I was saving for a special occasion, or like a bottle of champagne? But I was like, I've already used a couple plot points already. So.
Okay. So you head.
You know what? I'll spend a plot point to as the captain protect the crew, inspire the crew, all that stuff. I'll spend a plot point, and I bring out
Hold
a
on.
bottle. I bring out a bottle of whiskey that I've been saving, and it is a very, very nice bottle of whiskey.
It's a bottle of the good stuff.
Yeah. It's just labeled the good stuff.
All right, so the rest of you are called up into the mess hall by Hank.
We know we're going to the mess hall for dinner,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yep. I said it.
Alright.
I said the dining area.
Do we have time for this? Like, did the Alliance give us a time frame on the?
They said give us 30 minutes, and then once we know, and then like they're gonna start the thing, and then they said we'll know when the light show happens. So this is
Right.
this is probably gonna be a like firemen sitting down ready for some shit to pop off, and when the alarm goes off, we're gonna leave the table. So like get as much in as we can.
So you guys are assembled around the table.
I'm gonna come in carrying 2 boxes.
They're all copies of the message that he wants you all to share.
It's mixtape. Yeah.
So,
Broadcast
2
it to the
cases.
galaxy.
No, I mean two boxes.
Okay. So Baden comes walking in carrying 2 boxes.
I'm just gonna set them down in front of me and wait for everybody to talk about what's going on.
All right. So
Yeah, but
Waiting on the captain.
so yeah, I would come down with the bottle, see the food, see everybody gathered around, and see Baden with his boxes. And I would set the bottle on the table, and I would say, I'm not one for fancy
Oh, get the
speeches
glasses. Yep.
or real sentimental wordage, but I'm proud of all of you, and I love all of you very much. You've you become a family to me over these last few months, and I'm sorry. Sorry that we're here. And I hope that this buys some of that love back from you. And I'm gonna kind of push the bottle closer towards everyone.
Hank, you kind of toss some glasses out on the table type thing.
Yep. I'm just gonna go ahead and start pouring up everybody's glasses. I hope you don't mind, Cap. And I'm gonna serve Jude first because she deserves it the most.
Hell yes. I was gonna say if you started to serve anyone else, I would be like, I would take that and put it in front of Jude.
I'm gonna take the smaller of the two boxes, and I'm gonna pass that over to Jude. And I'm gonna
it's
say,
his birthday. I totally forgot.
just be careful when you open it. It was sealed to make sure that it stayed fresh.
Do you open the box, Jude?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
So I take it and I very carefully, slowly lift the lid.
You'd hear like almost that vacuum pop, and like the electronics turn off that we're keeping it preserved. When you move the lid to the side, it's full of chocolate-covered strawberries.
Yo.
I look at him and like there's just big old wet eyes where I'm just not crying.
And then I'm gonna push the bigger box in the middle, and I'm gonna say, since I'm probably not making out of this one alive, I might as well use the last of what I had on my ship for special clients. I'm gonna pop that one open, and you're gonna see it's a selection of meats.
Like
Charcuterie.
a sealed deli tray?
Basically, yeah, but actual meat, like not like
Protein
crazy
synthetics.
processed stuff.
So you
I mean,
guys, I'm assuming you guys start tearing into this because this is
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So you guys are digging in, going to town. You basically everyone gets to get a shot down. Start slamming away food, and then there is an alarm from the cockpit right behind you, Jude. And a wave comes over. I'm assuming you run into the cockpit and take
As
it.
soon as I hear it.
And you just hear on the Alliance coming to us, it's like, Borealis, we are go. We've got a big swarm of chasing us out of this system. You just get going as soon as you can. You don't have time, or you won't have all the time in the world. But the less time you take, the better. Go.
Copy that. And I called it back down to where everybody else is, and it's game time.
As I'm like stuffing a last piece of meat, drinking one more shot, I'm gonna run to the engine room.
Got it. Everyone else is going to get strapped in.
I just have a quick question. Did anybody ever tell us that we have the genome?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I would.
Nope.
I would have come and let you guys know. I would definitely have come and let you guys know. Sorry.
You said you were
That's my
passing the
bad.
buck to the captain.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
I organized the strike team of me, Kelly, and the doc.
But they still need to know.
You don't know if he told him or not. You weren't around.
No, they're staying on the ship. It's not gonna.
The ship is still going to the planet. There's still a chance of them coming in contact with the air.
Oh, you're right.
That was the whole point.
Whoops!
That was the whole
Whoops!
point of him saying the whole
Whoops!
crew needs to be tested no matter what, and like we got to figure some shit out because.
So
You remember, Captain, when I recommended that people that might test positive needed to be in vacuum suits, right?
so as the as the
So, totally like retconning this. If I notice that it seems like the captain has not said anything, I would then
How would
fucking
you
say
notice
something.
that?
I'm gonna happily just pick up what's left of the chocolate-covered strawberries, if there's anything left, and start walking to the bridge with Jude.
No, I feel
that is-
like I would have.
No, you're
I
not
would
letting me
have had
take
the
what's
first
left,
one
or
and
is
then
that there's
shared.
nothing left, Jess? Which is it?
Nothing left.
Yeah, no, I would have had the first one. I probably would have given Cat first pick of the if he wanted one, and then.
Oh, I know it's gone around the table. I just thought if there's anything left, I was gonna take it up to the bridge with us.
oh man.
Seeing that it's empty, I'm gonna grab one last piece
I
of
am-
meat, and I'm gonna start heading off the bridge.
I'm a bad captain.
You're a bad captain.
I'm a bad
Ladies
captain.
and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and call it here. It is 10 p.m., and 10 p.m. is normally our cutoff time because we all turn to pumpkins. So since no one wants to see a pumpkin until
I'm a
Halloween,
potato.
oh, some of us
I'm
turn
a
to potatoes.
potato.
We are going to go ahead and wrap things up for the
I'm a
night.
potato.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really enjoyed having you guys with us. Next week, Miranda. It's gonna be fucking insane. But everyone, remember, please go to our page, like and follow us on Facebook as we go in our race to get to 8K. If you do, you will be entered in. As long as you share the link to the contest, you will be entered in to win either the limited edition copies of the Descent to Avernus and the Icewind Dale campaign settings for 5e, or you'll be entered in. You will be drawn. It's going to be randomly drawn, but you could also either win this. I forgot to take it down last time. The limited edition Vox Machina Origins Volume 2 trade paperback in hardcover with the additional bonus print on the side, and it is going to be given away to one of the other lucky winners. They're going to be drawn randomly, and we're going to go ahead and have them picked out as soon as we hit 8K. We're at 7,540 million.
What?
You don't have it up. I'm going to make up numbers.
7547.
75-47. We slowed down a little bit, but hopefully we're going to start picking back up now that Jessica's feeling a little bit better and she's going to be going on the invite craziness. But we're going to go ahead and see if we can get that taken care of by the end of this month, which shouldn't be a big problem. And if once we hit 8K, we are going to draw for those two winners, and we will be starting out the 9K run, and then after that is 10K. And hopefully we'll hit 10K before the end of the year so we can do that big drawing for Christmas. Now, also, don't forget that we're trying to get to 200 followers on Facebook. So, guys, if you were watching tonight and you haven't followed us, please follow us on Facebook. We love the attention. We love the love. We love you guys. And we want you guys to also be entered to win the limited edition set of minis we're giving away for the 200 follower count on Twitch. If you guys are just following us on Twitch, you will automatically be entered to win that contest, which means you could win that set of HD printed minis, which I don't have any around here with, but I've already printed some out, but I'm reprinting them because they didn't print out at a good scale. I didn't like the scale I printed them out at, so I'm fixing them. And we're reprinting those, and they are going to be ready to go. The bar scenes are already ready to go. The bar furniture is already ready to go. I'm just reprinting the minis themselves. They're freaking amazing. I mean, HD does not even, you can see the pictures there, but HD doesn't even begin to describe it. They're amazing. So we'll be giving those away when we hit 200 followers on Facebook. Also, please, 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 if you can, donate to Extra Life. I don't know if anyone's donated during the show. Let me check. Boy, I can really get high with that, can't I? Extra Life. I do not think anyone has donated. Oh, Oh, someone donated. Yay! So someone donated
Hey.
$50 to Extra Life. So I am going to match that.
Woohoo.
So we will be at an even 100, and that is going to go. Hopefully, it went to Disco Daddy. Let me check his totals right now. It did. It did. It went to Disco Daddy. So I'm going to match that with another 50. So Disco will be up 100. So he'll be at 165. And our new Extra Life total is 1,090 right now. And after I put in my 50, it'll be 1,150. So we thank everyone so much. Thank you to whoever donated. I can't. Let me see if I can see the latest donation so I can see who did that wonderful thing. Damn it! It only shows me mine. Someone knew how to find the donations. Oh, my.
Yeah, I do. I know how to do it. Hold on.
How do you do it?
Let me see if I can get to it. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Donations.
So there's a spot on each person where you can go and see who's donated to them. Oh God, sorry. Give me a second. I'm doing it on my tablet, so it's taking a minute.
Oh, you have to do it on each individual team member on the roster?
Yeah. Captain Caffeine donated $50.
Thank you so much, Captain Caffeine.
Hey, Captain.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry, Meg. I missed it. She posted it up earlier. Thank you so much, Captain Caffeine, for the $50 donation. I will match it. We're now up to 100 more. $100 for Disco Daddy. Thank you so much, because yes, last week was his birthday, and he was asking for donations for his birthday too. That is check. Dang it. I'm sorry. But we thank you so much, Captain Caffeine, for donating. That is greatly appreciated. We are going to be doing this until November 7th, which is the official ending of the campaign. We are trying to reach 2,000. With your help, we're well on our way. Thank you so much, guys. And we're going to go ahead and continue to do this, trying to blow the goal out well beyond the 2,000. This is an incredibly worthy cause. We cannot do this without you guys, and we really want to make sure that this is an incredible first run for us, because this is the first time we've actually participated. I've donated before, but I've never participated, so I cannot even begin to tell you how thankful we are that you guys are helping us make this an incredible donation season for us. Other than that, remember, we are supporting our local game stores. And so we are doing our best to make sure that in this time with COVID and everything like that, we are doing our best to support our local community. And that means going and shopping at your local game stores. All you have to do that is make sure you're going to game stores that are providing you with a safe environment in which to shop. And that's game stores that are doing social distancing, game stores that are making sure that they're doing things like the current game store we're promoting tonight, More Fun Comics and Games in Denton, Texas. They're doing social distancing inside the store. They're requiring masks for visits, and if you're going to stay in the store to play games, they're requiring you to wear an N95 rated mask or better. So you're required to wear proper masks. You're required to use hand sanitizer when you come in the store. They're also doing curbside pickup, and they are revamping their entire website to set up for mail orders for people who cannot come into the stores, so they can have a means to get the products sent directly to their houses. These type of efforts are what what help keep our community safe, and this is the type of stores we want to promote. So once again, More Fun Comics and Games, Denton, Texas. Go there, check them out if you're local. They are definitely going to be worth a visit. Call them, check their websites, do what you can, and make sure that you support your local game stores, because they are the backbone of our community. We want to make sure they survive all this and come out thriving. Other than that, we thank you all incredibly much. We are going to, we may or may not have hit 15 viewers, Jonathan. We will check the stats after the show. But remember, guys, if you guys want to see our Extra Life donations go up, tune in next week, so you can go ahead and get so we can see more people tune in for Extra Life, and we can make sure that Extra Life total goes shooting up, because we're going to make Jonathan give you all his money for Extra Life. Because if we can get it up to 15 average viewers, Jonathan is going to donate an extra $100 to Extra Life. And if we can get the average up to 20 viewers a show, Jonathan is going to donate another $100. So that's going to be a $200 donation to Extra Life. And that would be a freaking amazing, because that's 10% of our entire goal right there. So if we can get that, yes.
I mean, I may not make it past next episode.
Yeah,
So,
he may be
I mean,
dead.
if I'm asking anymore, like, what's going to happen? One more shot.
And yes, and also we're doing a new thing where we are going to you guys just stick around after the show. We are going to be rating another show to try and give them support. We're going to try and find a show that's going to be doing actual Firefly RPG, but we can't be incredibly picky because there are just not enough shows out there playing Firefly. Let me see what we can find here. But I did want
They
to.
said there was nobody else playing Firefly.
Nobody?
That's what Meg said.
Yeah, you want your Firefly, you come to us.
All right, Meg. Meg, can you get it? You got someone picked?
I mean, it's possible, Ray, that there was somebody else playing Firefly, but they probably got past the first 14 episodes.
Oh.
So now they're making the movie.
Miniature. Oh God, they're making the movie now. They're doing a 4-hour one shot that's going to be tragic and painful. All right, so. But in the meantime, guys, we thank you so much for having stayed with us tonight, having gone with us through this incredible journey as I torture these people within an inch of their sanity, and they still come back for more. We thank you again so much for being part of the family. Remember, the things we're going to say every single time until this crisis is over. If you do not have to go out, don't. Stay home. It's the only way to be safe. If you have to go out, if you're an essential worker, or if you have to go out to make a living, we understand. But if you have to do this, please wear a mask as often as you can everywhere you go. It doesn't just protect you; it protects everyone around you. So please wear a mask. But if you can stay home, stay home. But other than that, we love you all very much. We want you to come back, stay with us again, watch another show. Tomorrow night is Dinner Conversations, and Sunday night, Mr. Runyon will be running us through Curse of Strahd, where we will get our hearts ripped out in a completely different way. But we are going to go ahead and say good night. We love you. We will always save you a seat at the table. Are we saying something, Jonathan?
Yeah, are we naming the episode?
Oh, shit. We have
I'm the one that always remembers this part.
He does. He always remembers this part. What do you guys want to call the episode?
I was leaning towards Lies of Omission.
Lies of Omission?
Lies of Omission.
Oof.
There's been several of them in this episode.
So does
What, Lauren?
Yeah.
Lauren?
I
What,
like
Lauren?
that, but ouch.
Oh.
So one more for the road.
Oh, that's
I
very
mean,
good
if you're
too.
gonna do one for the road, I'd rather do Last Supper on Borealis.
Ooh,
Oh.
the last supper on Borealis.
Or the Last Supper of the Borealis?
My side was pierced.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Uh,
I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit too much like
Blasphemy?
jinx us.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that way because it made it seem like it was gonna jinx us too bad, but
So we've got choices. We've got Lies of Omission. We've got Last Supper of the Borealis.
family ties.
Yeah, Family Ties. If you want to continue with the lies thing, you can say the lies that bind.
Ooh.
Oh.
I like the lies that bind.
I do like that.
I like the lies that bind. I like that a lot.
Because no one really told the truth about anything in this show.
It was a lot of like sneaky things. And
Here we go.
like,
Here we go. Alan forgets to do something that a captain should do.
So what do you
No,
think, guys?
I like the lies that bind.
The
Yeah,
Lies
I
That
think that's
Bind?
a tough
All
pick.
right, there you go. All right, this show's title is The Lies That Bind, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again so much, once again, for coming with us on this journey. We love you
Oh.
so much. What?
Before we go on camera, I want to cash in episode 2
Okay.
to permanently keep my D8 asset of my dog tags.
Okay. Perfect.
All
There
right.
you go. And that is almost a broken way to get a straight up D8 asset. That is crazy.
I am cashing in slow burn so that I can actually buy the asset trigger for my my alliance rules and regulations asset.
All right.
Now that I've gone through that guy's head, I bet I understand alliance law way better than I used to.
And you understand how willing they are to break it. So everyone, thank you so much for being here tonight. Stick around as we raid Mini Terrain Domain, and we give them a lot of love and support. Be sure to follow them, and be sure to follow us if you have not. We thank you so much for your time. We thank you so much for your patience. We love you. We want to see you back with us, so please come back. And remember, here at Dinner and a Game, we will always save you a seat at the table. Starting the raid.
Yeah.
I don't know if I started the raid or not. Oh, here it is. Right now. I'm waiting to see the raid kick over. We're connecting the chat.
Okay. All right. Got it. They will not be coming here. Except for those 3 are not affected because they were not in the radius. Okay.
I do believe we're in there right now.
All right, so that brings us
Yep,
back to
we're
the
in.
top of
Yep.
Aetherwald and
All
Fox.
right, let me go ahead and stop streaming.